Hello, everyone.
Hello, hopefully you can hear us and see us, everyone.
Yes,
Hi,
let us
hi.
know.
Hello,
Hello, hello.
everyone.
Oops, sorry. Wait, I
Hello, hopefully
accidentally
you
had.
can hear.
Okay, I accidentally had a stream open. I just heard myself. I mean, us.
It's okay. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Uh, but at least we can confirm that, we are here
Yeah.
and our mics are here as well. So, hi,
Exactly.
everyone.
Hello,
Uh,
everyone.
I am looking at my chat. So, Dot Spam, Capman, Max, Akshay. Hey, hey. Oh, Max, so nice. Hi, everyone. Uh, yes, we'll be commentating on Angelika's game. So hi to her channel. Probably on her channel there are the biggest amount of fans. But also hi to everyone.
Yes, hello, everyone at Angelika's channel as well as your channel, Anna. And of course, hello to my chat. So we are live currently actually on four channels. In one of the channels being, I think, on YouTube. So, yes, hello everybody. And so, yesterday you were commentating, Anna.
Yes.
And so we had a draw yesterday, right?
Yep.
Um, I wasn't actually able to watch the whole game. So like, do you have any like quick recap or like anything, any drama that happened perhaps that you could you
Well, I
could you
think the
could tell us?
most funny drama was during the commentary. Yeah, so yesterday Angelika, she was playing with a much higher rated player, just like today as well. So, so yeah, it was challenging for sure. But I was commentating with Gyula from like a friend and also I guess coach or at least
Hmm.
a big help for Angelika with her chess. So he was not very positive, he was kind of pessimistic about what's happening. So I guess that was kind of funny because in the end, actually, Angelika played a really good game. Maybe like one move was unnecessary, but other than that, she played a really nice game. That was early end game exchange of queens in like King's Indian structure. So very quickly, queens on the D file just exchanged, and the pawn structure was kind of symmetrical, but there were a lot of strategical ideas that they both kind of had to figure out, like some weak square. How important is this square? Is it important at all? Should I
Hmm.
worry about it? Angelika had a bad light square bishop. So also like, how bad is it? Like how big effort should I put into activating it? And like where exactly should I play on the king side, on the queen side, maybe in the center just so even though the position was kind of, if you were at some tournament and just walking around during your game, you would probably not say that it's very interesting. But
Hmm.
when we were talking about all the ideas, there were actually so many. So it was a really kind of rich positional game. So yeah, it was really fun. And at the end, there was a draw. I think it was pretty deserved because it was very equal game.
Hmm.
Yeah, also Angelika was not doing great with the time management at the beginning. So we'll see how it's gonna go today. I hope it will be better.
Yeah,
But yeah,
let's
then
hope for that.
luckily it didn't really matter. So yeah, later her opponent caught up and they were both in time trouble. So
Well, at least it all ended well for both sides. Um, so Angelica is playing against 2300 again today. I think yesterday she played against 2300 as well, right?
yeah,
So
23:30, so now 23:52.
so
Uh,
pretty tough games for the first two rounds, right?
yeah, but actually, I think this is what you want when you go for such a, strong tournament. You go there to play against high-rated opponents, more experienced opponents. So also this is when you learn the most because you're kind of pushed, that you have to play a good game, that you can't
Hmm.
really slip. And also, there isn't such a big pressure because if you lose, I mean, okay, it was kind of,
It's
you know.
yeah, it's like an acceptable loss, I guess.
Yeah, so no pressure, and you can just win. So I think it's kind of what you want in
Oh
those
yeah,
events.
oh yeah, definitely. It's much easier in my opinion to play against a higher rated player, if especially if it's like significantly higher, because you have this feeling like, oh, if I lose it's like not that big of a deal. And so especially in such a big event, it can be a bit comforting, I guess, because it's like the European Women's Championship. Like I have personally never played this tournament. I'm sure that you have. Have you?
I have played a couple of times, I guess. To be honest, I don't really remember how many. I have in my mind twice, but I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Maybe there was something more. I don't think I had the greatest success there, to be honest. I don't remember. But again, it was also for me the same case that I would, play with higher rated opponents a lot of games. And especially like at the very beginning when I went, all those strongest players in Europe, it was just cool to see them, So that
Yeah,
was
definitely.
just cool to see. And I played with some of those around 2500 as well. So that was just like,
Wow.
wow, it's basically the highest rating I've ever played. So I'm good.
And it must be such a great feeling, especially to meet such high rated female players, because I think it's not like personally I haven't met, for example, 2500 rated female player. Okay, except like Judith Polgar, but
I mean,
she's higher than that. But like and
except you did Polgar, I think like there is no better player that you could name. So I met her.
yeah,
Come on.
just like bumping into her. No, I mean, I meant like in an average tournament, you don't necessarily meet such high rated players, and it must be such a great feeling to be surrounded with such amazing players, and let alone to play against them, because it's not every day that such a thing happens, right? So
Yeah,
it must be
those
amazing.
events, they're really nice. Actually, I regret a little bit that I didn't plan to go there. Especially it's in Greece, it's
Hmm.
nice surroundings,
Yeah.
which give you some mental boost as well.
Exactly.
I really like those tournaments because they are like yesterday, Angelika was even showing us the view from her room. She can see the swimming pool. From the other side, there is like sea. So in those
Oh,
events, I really like them because if the tournament, even if it doesn't go your way, I mean, you find some ways to cheer yourself up really
exactly. Like at
quickly.
least, it's like, I'm not playing the best tournament, but at least I'm in such a pretty area.
Yeah, so you still survive.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, so I think it's great. I think it's a great experience for Angelica, and start was also very good, considering yeah the first round can be very tricky.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah,
it's difficult to
definitely.
get in the tournament. So that was yesterday. Today she's playing another, not only a higher rated opponent, but very experienced one, so Gulnar. We don't see the full name here, but it's Gulnar Mamadova from Azerbaijan. She actually, so I every year kind of organize an event for female players. I am
Oh,
from Poland, and so the Team Poland, but only women players, they face Team World. And this December, Gulnar was in Team World, so she was there throughout the event. So she also like she's known for her really like solid chess. Like she's like really good. Like
mm-hmm.
she's international master, but like very solid. And she
Oh,
very she showed it there. She played very strong, and she was one of the best performer in the event, and there were like very strong players. So let's see how it's gonna go today. But yeah, of course we believe in Angelica. and
exactly.
and about the moves. So let's start from the beginning. We had e4. Are you yourself e4 player?
Yes, E4 for life.
Okay, Angelica answered with e5. So probably we
Hmm.
should also flip the board, right? We'll be looking at it from
Yes,
Angelica's side.
yes, yes.
I think that's gonna be good. Uh, so e5. Are you still in the book or your theory is finished?
Yes, exactly.
No, you play e5?
I used to play E5
Okay.
for most of my life. Now I'm a C5 player. Sometimes
All
D6,
right.
but E5, yes.
Okay,
What
good,
about
good.
you, actually?
Yeah, I play e5 and c5, so it's good.
Okay.
So this is still fine. And I also go knight c6. So of course there are many people who like to go for some solid stuff, like
Yeah.
I mean knight f6, Petrov.
Petrov.
So bishop b5 played by Gulnar, and I am not a c6 player, no. Karo Khan, meaning no, that's really not for
that's
me.
not for me neither.
One of the openings that should be forbidden, yeah. Bishop e5, that's Ray Lopez, and a6, yeah. And bishop a4, and here Angelika played knight e7, so it must have been prep.
Oh, it has to be. I'm actually not even familiar with this line personally.
What can I say? I guess it's considered not that great, but maybe we have. So I don't have Angelika's Twitch chat open, but maybe somebody like Gyula is there. Oh wait, sorry, I also did the same thing. So maybe if Gyula appears, he can tell us more about the preparation part. Because that's for sure, you know.
It has to be prep for sure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's for sure, the prep.
It's
As far as I know, it's not like the most solid line. And here there's c3 or knight c3. I think those are the main two options to play for white. And generally what knight ge7, kind of what are we going for? So we will not have main lines, and often we just can get some tricky kind of setup, for example with g6, bishop g7 and f5. So the knight is not going to f6 like in the normal variation, but it's on on e7, so it won't block the f-pawn, and also it kind of supports whatever we want to do, and it defends already on c6. So there are no threats of like takes and some e5 issues, because the knight will be there to babysit also the e5 pawn. So all is good there, but it is kind of slow because on the other hand, so in most scenarios there is something for something in chess. So we have those ideas, but on the other hand, it will take a bit more time to develop the bishop from f8 with one more move, right? Normally it's gonna just bishop e7 and it's developed. Here we need g6 and bishop g7, so it's gonna take us additional move. And also we don't put immediate pressure on the e4 pawn, like in the main line of the knight f6.
Yeah, and so this kind of gives the opponent some time to focus on other things, such as maybe castling quickly. So yeah, this knight g7 setup is like a bit slower. I agree with you. It's but it's also an interesting setup, right?
Yeah, it's considered kind of risky, but also if your opponent won't know precisely and you have something, then it can be very nasty as well. So and here I think Angelika is simply surprised with the h3 move. I am not sure because knight c3, I think I don't have the opening book here. I guess, wait, or can I get it? Oh, no, I can get it. I can get it. Okay, so after knight e7, castles c3 are like main options in terms of games played, the amount of them, and knight c3 is also quite a lot of games. But as far as I was analyzing, knight c3 is quite unpleasant, but I think black had there some way to get a playable position, kind of like normal position. And here d6. Okay, yeah, and this d6 was the main move, so that's still fine. But now h3 is not really a move. So
it's I think it only happened in like 13 games. So like it's not that common. So I'm not sure if this is like something that the opponent chose just to like, try to get Angelika out of prep, with confusing her a bit, because Angelika prepped like an interesting line against it, and so she is like the opponent might think that she's most likely very much familiar with it. So maybe the opponent is trying to confuse her a bit. Not sure.
She played it really quickly, so I would be quite surprised if she just
Oh yeah.
just confuses,
True.
like tries to confuse. But to be honest, I started to do it myself also. So especially like now, I'm not that active. So that's not the case for Gulnar. But when I play with a lower rated player and I see that they are well prepared and they are, they played something that I maybe didn't really expect, I just will play something pretty random just to get them out of the book. I don't want to fight with their preparation. I don't want to fight with the engine. This is not why I came for this game. It's too much for me. I just want to get them out and let's play chess. So, and sometimes I do it quickly as well, kind of randomly. So it okay, it could be the case, but I would expect that she somehow knows this move. She's an active player. I think maybe she saw those lines and in some move orders, for example, it will not matter that for her it will anyways be a useful move, and maybe now it puts some additional pressure on Angelika. But let's see. Angelika is still thinking, so
I actually have a move. Like I'm not.
oh wait, you have the move.
Yeah, so we had
Oh no, b5, right?
b5, yes, and
Okay, here.
then bishop b3 happened really quickly. So Angelica's already 15 minutes lower in time, which is for now it's completely fine. It's the early stage of the game. But so I'm 100% sure that I'm not sure how to call her. So should I say Gulnar or Mamadova? I'm not sure.
I think as you want. Yeah, I somehow usually call people that I know with the name, but then sometimes I switch. But I think you can say as you wish.
Okay, so
yeah, which one is?
I'm almost 100% sure that Mamadova has seen this line already, so that's why she's faster now. I'm not sure if it's like something that she prepped maybe a longer time ago, as in like maybe like a surprise weapon, perhaps with this h3 push. But for sure, she's more familiar with this setup than Angelika for now, which is, not a bad thing. She has a lot of time. Angelika has a lot of time to figure out how she would like to play this. So I wouldn't be like worried about this. And we have a move as well on the board.
Yeah, and that move I really like. I think this is
Me too.
really good move. Because there are issues with the f7 square. So those are, also this is one of the things that you gotta be careful. If you don't play knight f6 and bishop e7, you're ready to castle. But here you're not ready to castle. You play g6, you run into knight g5, and I think the f7 pawn is gonna be quite unhappy. So yeah, so here hitting this bishop early on, I think it's pretty good. And also I think Angelika likes to play kind of active chess, so with the bishop pair, it might also be better. Of course, as usual in those setups, c5 is also now an option because the knight is gone from c6, so it's not blocking it anymore. I wonder about this h3 move a little bit, because I think I just wanted to see what is the main. I remember something with this knight c3 that there are some quick like bishop g5 and something like d4. Does it exist? I don't remember. I'm
It
not
could
really.
actually. I'm not sure
No, but
though.
there were some like quick knight d5 and bishop g5 ideas. So
Oh.
somehow white is trying to be really quick, but no,
Oh,
not like this.
but that is actually very interesting. If something like this, like that would be a really active line for white, I feel like.
There was
Because
something, and then black has to play some strange move, but they survive. So main line is to castle. I was thinking if here b5 and knight a5 could also be a move. And I am wondering, this is, for example, what Angelika prepared. And she just thought, okay, but after h3, I can do it anyways, So she just was like, okay, but h3 is
oh
not
yeah,
like a.
probably that's what's happening here. But I think it like knight a5 works in both positions, so that's great news for for Angelica. Um, for her potential preparation. But yes, this h3 is not common at all. but someone is saying in chat, didn't this happen in one of the Fabi games in the candidates? And I'm just gonna quickly look at that. Because
You guys have to tell us.
exactly. I really like how chat always knows everything. And I just have to process the information.
Okay, then let us know. That would be good. I mean, I have been following the candidate, like the
Me too.
games, but sometimes I'm just like browsing through the moves, I will admit. But I have used one of the ideas from Pragnanata's games. He played in Sicilian some interesting line with white, like completely different than what I have seen before. And I tried it myself just in the Blitz game online. And it worked really well for me. So it is good to pay attention to those opening ideas from there. Sometimes, yes, could use them. And I didn't really analyze it. I just saw what he did. I kind of tried to figure out, okay, what's the idea? And yeah, and the idea worked. So it wasn't like so difficult.
Yeah,
But
it's actually really like good to get at least some motivation from these games because they have such a deep prep, and it's often like new ideas that we never even look at. Like I remember this game from Gukesh actually. Uh, it was like an Italian looking opening, and he just played like a6 and then h6, something like this. And it's like not the most common um setup, like not the usual setup, yeah. So it's like you can always see some new ideas from the candidates.
yeah, for sure. But now we have the move 92. 92. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
like this move. I don't know what do you think about it? What chats? What do you guys think
Mhm.
about it? Is that still Caruana's game? I don't think so. Come on.
I'm also 100% sure it's not. But
Mm.
so of course, okay, the computer is giving it a question mark, so it's like an inaccuracy. But so yeah, so chat, I'm curious what you think. Why is it inaccuracy? So no evil bar. I didn't put the evil bar, sorry, on the screen. I know this is like a big conversation.
Do we have an evil bar? I mean,
I don't have
I
it
am the
on
one who puts it, no?
but I didn't put it on the overlay. But wait, I can actually.
But I don't have it here as well. But
Oh,
for some reason I have a question mark is here, but
yeah, because you have the feedback turned on.
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't really use chess.com that
No,
much,
don't worry
so
about it.
I didn't know what is feedback. So before also, actually, we had for a moment evaluation because I just forgot that it's there. So okay, so feedback, that's okay.
Well,
But
yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
no, you say.
So, well, you're moving the knight twice just in the early opening, and you still have the bishop locked on c1, and you still haven't castled yet. And so, in the opening, you usually try to move new pieces that you haven't moved with. And so now this 92 is also going backwards, and I'm not sure I see the reason why we play 92. So are we trying to perhaps go with something like d4? But we could do that already. So where are we going to put that knight? Because on f5 we can't really do that. So like we can't really go with like knight g3 and then knight f5, right? So
Yeah, Nabu in my chat says, I mean, probably it is the idea to go to G3,
g3, yeah.
right? I mean, that's certainly one of the ideas. And then sometimes you can play on those light squares, maybe even with G4 move first.
Oh,
Then you
g4
stop.
first is interesting, yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if you can do that because I mean, you have to calculate. So I mean,
Yeah.
she spent some time but not too much. So again, either it's some idea that she is familiar with, or she's bluffing a little bit. I don't remember what was her time management in this tournament in Poland that she played. So yeah, I can't like compare. But maybe because okay, she knows that she will lose the light square
Yeah.
bishop, and then putting the pawns on the light squares could be some option, and then knight coming to g3. And
Actually,
then
that
still
that
kind
would
of,
be an interesting idea for sure.
Yeah, but you know, those interesting ideas with chess. Sometimes they are interesting, but then they are just bad. So I'm not sure if that's the case here, but just kind of trying to figure out what she could be thinking. And then, as you mentioned, of course, normally we want to castle in the opening, but then if you castle, you also kind of show your opponent pretty clearly your plan, and opponent already knows on which flank is your king gonna be, and then they can attack, or they will go to the same side like you, and you might not have such an easy attack. So what I also try to do sometimes, if I can, depending on the position, is that I try to wait with castling a little bit, and then if my opponent castles, I can start attack already there, for example, with the pawns. So maybe she will also try something like this. After g4, I think even still short castle is an option.
Yeah,
It's,
definitely.
I mean, it looks a little bit, okay,
Well,
it looks
these
risky.
ideas are risky and sometimes can backfire, so it's definitely a decision that has to be done, that has to be made. And so just quickly, I would like to answer some questions in chat because just quickly, so where is the European Championship locally? Which country? It's in Greece, right? If I know it correctly, so it's in
Yes.
Greece this year. And then is she white or black? So Angelika is with the black pieces, and yes, we are currently on move 8. So Angelika just made her 8th move.
Yes, and the time control is 90 minutes. You didn't mention, right? I was
No.
listening, but then I also started thinking about the position for a bit.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
So yeah, 90 minutes plus for the game. Then you have 30 seconds for each move, and after move 40, they are gonna get additional half an hour. So yeah, and that's it. That's the time control. So it is pretty standard classical game, I guess nowadays. Even kind of longish. Oftentimes there isn't the additional half an hour after move 40, but here it's it's gonna be, which is good, I think, for the quality of the games
Yeah,
at least.
definitely.
So yeah, it depends. From what we've seen yesterday and what we heard from Giula yesterday also about Angelika's time management, she's prone to some time travel, so it
Well,
probably is also good for her because
I
you can kind
mean,
of try to survive till move 40.
exactly. But here she's not in for an easy game for sure. So, of course, the opponent is 300 elo higher, so obviously it's already a little bit pressuring. So you want to by as a reflex spend more time thinking of your moves. As we can already see it, she is already um much lower on time, but that's fine for now, I think.
That's
Uh,
just 17 minutes, right? Yesterday
yeah.
she was like, I think 35 or
Oh
something. So
wow.
this is
Okay.
nothing. But yeah, this is not so horrible, I think. But also it made sense to think a little bit after,
Yeah.
your prep is not there. So you kind of figure out the differences. But yeah, to be honest, I really like the bishops. I don't know how about you. So
Me too.
okay, I would think I would be quite happy in this position as black. So I would
Yeah.
be thinking that maybe this bishop on b7, white has no light square bishop anymore. So we somehow try to later open it up with f5. I don't know, maybe this is blitz thinking. I've played too much blitz
Well,
recently,
I
but
can completely relate to that. Like these are my exact thoughts. So
so yeah, if we
I
open it
will.
up,
Yeah.
checkmate on queen e8, some castles. Yeah, I don't know where
Yeah,
this
just
bishop
put
should
the
go.
rooks and everything,
Some
just
queen
to complete the
g6.
deck. Exactly. And just checkmate, guys, easy
Exactly.
chess.
I already see the plan for Angelika.
But this is great news, I think, for Angelika. She likes to attack, and she's a very active player. So, this is a great and comfortable position for her with like Bishop B7, and yeah, with these ideas that you mentioned on the long term. So, I think this will be an enjoyable position for her. Dark
Yeah,
Bishop
but
is a
on the
little bit
other
sad. Exactly.
Nabu, correct. Yeah,
Exactly.
to be honest, if she like manages to finish her development comfortably, it should be fine because, as you said, long term we just have bishop pair, so why would it be bad? But I wonder how can White try to make it a little bit annoying for us, and that we don't really get this development so comfortably. So yeah, what would White kind of option be
Well,
to?
I'm not
Okay, so we were
sure
talking about
what's.
G4. To be honest, I don't believe in G4 like objectively too much.
No, I don't know. It's a wild idea, but at the same time, the thing is, if we play G4, we already have these double pawns on the B file, right? So, making the move G4 is already like a big commitment to this pawn structure, and now we have some kind of like smaller weaknesses or in our pawn structure already, and so early on. So
But yeah, it
G4
feels
is,
strategically we just go somehow
yeah,
D5 and
exactly. So
and
G4 for now is surely a no-go, I feel like. But
but what should
it
she
would
do?
be a crazy idea. I'm not sure what I would do as white here. Um, well, the thing is, she moved the knight back to e2, so there are not even like any, small mm, puzzle ideas with knight takes b5. So with white, I would probably try to like activate the dark squared bishop, perhaps. Maybe try to put pressure on the a file, but at the same time we have the bishop coming on b7, so the a pawn will never really fall. So this is not the easiest decision for white how to continue here, I think.
What about D4?
A
Somehow,
d4.
I don't know.
Well,
Like
we have to look at these ideas, obviously.
thinking to put the queen on D4, maybe put some pressure on the G7.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it really
Well,
bothers black too much because we can even go
yeah,
C5.
exactly.
Mm.
And then you can just put the bishop on b7 again. Maybe the rook on like the d file, somehow castle. So d4 could be, yeah, but not sure about that either. I don't know. This knight e2 move was just so unnatural somehow.
Yeah, because often there are those ideas, so even here, but then somehow at castles, let's say takes, and then yeah, then you can get d4, then maybe you exchange, and you have knight after jumping to d4 is looking at the f5 square, this knight is looking at the d5 square, sometimes maybe even f4, just kind of having more space. But why knight e2? Chat, do you have any idea? I mean, okay, other than going to g3,
hmm
but does it really do much on g3? We want the light square bishop like helping here on this flank.
Yeah, I don't know. So chat if you have any ideas. Of course you can let us know, and of course if you have any moves that you would like to suggest to us, or if you have any questions, of course you can ask those too. So feel free to have this conversation with us, because it also helps us, maybe we overlook something.
Certainly we will, yeah, for sure. I don't know, bishop e7, why not? And then question is a little bit how will white, if white tries to go with d4 or white goes with d3. After, yeah, because kind of strategically putting
Mhm.
pawns on the light squares makes
Yeah.
sense. So let's say bishop b7 and then d3. But couldn't we even go f5 immediately to free the kind of the king side? Because if white takes, we try to be kind of on time with knight f5, bishop e7, just castles.
I really like
If
that
we,
with white. With black, sorry.
okay, that's good.
We also freed up the bishop, like opened up the bishop on b7, so that's great. So bishop
Okay,
b7, knight g3 looks interesting. Okay, so bishop b3, knight g3.
yeah, knight g3, that also stops f5. And then should we go? Okay, so maybe white is gonna try something like if we go g6, so maybe white wants to go h4.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that could be a bit annoying.
So somehow just playing to this side
Yeah.
with some pieces. I'm not sure how realistic is that.
A g6, then d4. I didn't even think of that.
And yeah, after that's true. After g6,
We have d4.
d4 could be.
But now bishop g7? And if takes, we're good, I think. Not sure. After d4, we have bishop g7, I think.
But after h4, so okay, so maybe d4 is an option, but maybe a bit later. But maybe h4 also. Yeah, it's
h4, yeah.
again, you have to choose. It's really
But
nice that again we have such a position. We just okay, we look at it. You just kind of you just have to finish development. But the trick is how do we finish development in a way that it's gonna be both with some nice potential plans for us, but also not to give some annoying opportunities for white. I think bishop e7 is like really natural. I think it's very good move. The only thing that we still have the king side is still stuck a little bit. But okay, I think we have to start with bishop e7 at least. That's a human way to play. By the way, just answering the question, I think this is my chat, right? Non-master chess. Hi, and hi everyone once again who has joined. Who is the commentator? So I think in the name of the stream, I think on every stream you guys have names of the commentators. So since it's on my channel, I'm assuming you know that I am Anna. And my colleague has a very difficult name that I'm really afraid to say.
No, it's
okay, I will
completely
try.
fine. Okay.
I will try. Kinchu. Is that okay?
That is really, really close. I will take that. My name is Kinchu. And as Jula from yesterday, I am also from Hungary. And I am the co-host today for this commentary with Anna. So yeah, that's like a really short introduction about me. But yes, we have in every stream we have the names in the title. So if you would like to check our channels out, Anna's and mine, you can just click on the name and then yeah, give us a follow, of course.
Yes, exactly. So you see those, you want to check them out, would be great. Would be great. And of course we are cheering for Angelika, Angelika Chessporn on Twitch. So we are also there. Like the stream goes to our channels and to Angelika's. She's playing with the black pieces. This is round 2 of European Women's Championships, and she went for this bishop e7, as we said. I think this is very logical. Now probably knight g3. If white already decided to go knight e2, then I think knight g3
it has to be. It has to be knight g3. Yeah, and
okay,
it already happened. Yeah.
Okay, so now the question is how do we solve this issue of those 3 pieces? They should be set differently. So how do we solve it? It's a chess riddle. Chess riddle. How do you solve this riddle?
I mean, I feel like we have to leave the knight on. I mean, I don't know. If we move the knight, obviously, knight f5 will happen. So if we go for something like knight g6, knight f5 will happen.
But it can't happen yet. But probably if we go here, white goes d3, and it's gonna happen in the next move. Exactly. Because immediately still the pawn is hanging.
Yeah.
But
of course.
Yeah, just saying to our viewers, just like if there are some viewers who would be wondering why not immediately knight f5. Usually viewers, of course, they see everything much faster.
Somehow they are like super grandmasters, you know.
But just in case, because I am assuming that there are also some viewers who are a bit lower rated than we are. So, but yeah, so knight g6 leaves this 5
Mhm.
square. So ideally we would like to go, I think, g6,
Exactly.
bishop g7, castles f5. That would be a plan. So let's say we do that. It's not our game. Let's try to check g6.
Exactly.
What happens after g6?
So after g6, so we had the d4 idea and h4 idea, right? So I'm wondering like which would be well, first of all, more human. I feel like d3 or d4 would be like the most likely moves here with white after g6.
I don't know. I like h4. I
I
myself would be looking at h4, especially with the bishop gone, like from g4. But anyways, after g6, g6 is so-called like a hook, and so you can, try to play like this. But this maybe is also connected with my playing style. Uh, maybe I like pushing the side
no,
pawns a bit too
but
much.
but you see, this is like so great because personally, I didn't even think of this move. But now that you mentioned it, it gives me like a different perspective because to me, I don't know, it didn't even pop in my head. So, you know, it's good to see like from another perspective as well. So h4, I am actually wondering like what would we do after h4? Um,
Okay, so one option is to just push h5, block it.
mhm,
Other option is to play h6, and after h5, we hope that the g5 works. So you kind of try to, keep the files open, but in that way. And other way is after g6, h4, just ignore it. So that's very common when there is this kind of g6, g3 fianchetto pawn. And you can react like this. Bishop g7 is probably the way if we, to ignore it. Can we afford to ignore it? I'm not sure. Because then
I'm
h5,
actually,
should we
yeah,
put it on
h5.
the board? We can probably,
Honestly, we
right?
can, yeah. And then you can just go back
You're
to the
here.
moves when
I don't know if h4 is nonsense or not, but this
I
is
think
something
it's actually a valid move. Like it looks a bit scary as black. So I
and
think
this is
we're
actually also something really good in a practical game. When you want to apply such mental pressure. So you want to make a move that looks kind of scary, or at least it shows that you're confident, that you have a plan, you have some clear target, and then opponent has to figure out, okay, is it dangerous? And they can often be a little bit uncertain, and they might lose time. And I think it's also clear already now for opponent of Angelika that Angelika likes to take her time because
yeah.
she's down to 57 minutes. So such applying pressure to push the opponent into even bigger time trouble is just very practical thing to do. But okay, does it make sense? We should, I don't know, h5. This looks a little bit unpleasant.
Yeah, and we have a suggestion, like a move in chat. So someone says, and Morphe says, I somehow like Queen D7 quite a bit here. I'm not sure in which position. I think after H4 perhaps, and to answer D4 with F5. So that is so instead of G6, you mean? Not sure. Because Queen D7 is an interesting move. Wait a second.
Immediately here. That is your chat, right? I
Yes.
will try to
Before
open it as
G6.
well.
Yes.
I have
So
opened two chats. So I actually, okay, let's try to find it. Is it live? Yes, okay. It was
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
showing to me like it's not really live.
Yeah, sometimes Twitch is a bit buggy. Happens.
Okay, I followed as well. So,
Oh, thank you.
okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, that's Morphe. Morphe's laugh. Is it? Are you from Poland? Because it looks like trying to make Morph into like a Polish name. I don't know if I am mistaken or not. But
I'm not
anyways,
sure he's Polish, but
but it
but could
looks like
be.
that.
You know.
But the
I
Queen
never thought
D7.
of the move like this. Yeah, so Queen D7 is a really interesting move in my
Do you
opinion.
want a castle long? Because
Not sure, but I think we are trying to make F5 work. So
So that just to go f5, okay.
Yes, because he said to answer d4 with f5, so we don't want to. So if the opponent goes with like the d4 ideas, we will have f5.
Wow, will it work? d4? Okay, let's say d4, but d4,
d4,
f5
f5, yes.
takes, and
And
then
do we
takes. I
take?
guess this works.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Somebody in my
interesting.
chat, John, wrote, chess is hard. I think this is just
Completely
sums it
agreed.
up. Exactly. Um, Queen d7. Okay, I mean, this is also an option, just to get f5 on the board.
Just want to play
Okay.
f5. Okay. Yeah, I would really like to make f5 work because we have the bishop on b7, yes. And so if we open up the bishop, that looks really scary for white, as white is trying to castle short here soon. But having the b7 bishop open would be a threat. And also if we play f5 and let's say, I don't know, takes, so like we have the knight on f5, but we can play something like bishop e7 and then castle, and we have so much pressure on the king.
Okay, so let's say d4. And after f5, if white takes,
I think
of course, after d4 also capture is an option, but let's say we go for the f5 idea. If white takes,
I'm just thinking we can just take with the knight, no? So knight takes f5.
can white take?
Let's see. Maybe knight takes g3.
Okay,
I'm really not sure. I'm just going for the first idea I see. And now I'm curious. Okay, maybe that doesn't work anymore. Wait.
It feels like it's kind of slowish, but maybe
Maybe I messed up already somewhere, because Murphy says e4. I'm not sure when e4. So I
guess
assume
e4
I
after
missed.
f5 here immediately. e4 is also an idea.
Okay. And then we take.
I don't know if that's what you meant. At least that's the e4 option I saw. If you meant something else, then let us know. Yeah, long castle is also an option. I agree. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, long castle is like, it's both scary but also a bit threatening. So
But probably we should, even if we want to castle long, I think good approach would be not to rush with it. Because if we already castle, then again, white already knows the king is there. White can try to, I don't know, some b4, c4, I'm not sure, well, depending on the position, try to open it up. But we can still kind of pretend that we want to castle short. We anyways need to finish development. And then if we are kind of not in time, we could switch to long side. So it's also an option. Yeah, here, but what if knight g5? This now takes, I
okay,
think.
we do need to take the pawn, because there is like knight e6 ideas. Like not right now, because we can just take on f5, of course.
What is happening? So basically, I wait, but she played. Let's see. Let's see.
She made a move.
Okay, g6. So she played g6. Angelika
she
decided
went
to go here.
with this idea. Okay, I really like that, actually.
And this is really human way.
Exactly.
And now we were thinking, okay, d4, h4, those were kind of main things we're considering for white. Don't know what else. I like h4. If I was white, that would be my main candidate. Probably it's, risky as well, because you don't really open stuff here. And, you want to open the bishop, you want to develop the queen, you want to use the d-pawn to control the center. But maybe white still doesn't really know. Do they want to play d4 or d3? Sometimes you might not be 100% certain, so you might want to wait with this. And h4 kind of feels practical.
h4, now that I look at it, like I kind of like it, yeah. Like, I from like by myself I wouldn't have thought about it. But now I kind of like it. I mean, I would be scared of it uh as black. Mm, so yeah, like h4
Okay, let's
could be
say
a move.
black says, I just block you. What are you gonna do now?
So
Now,
h5.
like, this is sometimes what set, including such move h4, h5. You kind of achieve that the g5 square is now weaker. What else? But is it enough for white in order to want to play this?
Well, not sure, because there's no white squared bishop anymore, right? So like f7 will be always like somewhat protected. Like, of course, the knight on g5 would be, for like the knight on g5, or maybe a bishop on g5 would be a bit annoying for sure. But not sure if it's, yeah, not sure if it's actually enough. Okay, so Morphy says maybe after h4 play f5, and I was actually thinking about that as well.
Yeah, that's also an option.
Hmm.
And what's happening? h5 is one move. I don't know. After
Okay,
taking, you have knight
h5.
g5. But it looks, it looks very just complex.
What
I don't know,
if
because
h,
f4
yeah,
is,
f4 was, I was thinking as well.
and then
And then
this
the
guy is
pawn is
hanging.
hanging.
So it's probably a bit much.
Yeah, like probably h5 is like, a bit too much, yeah. But what can actually
Because we cannot
happen
take,
here?
right? I don't know. I
No,
want
I would
some
never take that.
crazy ideas with even knight g6. It's gonna cover the rook on
Yeah.
h8. Okay, but there are some funny ideas. Okay, this is not f5. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
f5
we're saying
f5
like
has to be
we
good,
really
yeah.
want to play for this bishop. If we manage, it can be extremely dangerous. And if white takes, then
I would probably, yeah,
probably,
just g takes
oh no, wait,
or knight takes. But
and
I
knight
think g
g5.
takes also looks good, because we might have like some ideas with the rook g8 and then f4. We can always like, and then put the knight on f5, so it can be like extremely dangerous for white here. So I don't think white can take.
Yeah, but still knight g5. I don't know. White also has some ideas connected with the king being
Oh
here.
yeah, okay. Ooh, that could be scary, yeah. Because I was thinking like h6 here, but yeah, there's queen h5. A queen d7. Queen d7 here?
And
Or in a
after
different
queen
position?
h5?
Queen
Or
h5,
you
knight
mean
g6.
somebody suggested queen d7?
Yeah, but I'm not sure in which position.
Yeah, like for now, so queen
No, right
d7
now,
to have
no.
pawn on f5 defended. This is some option, for example, to set
Oh.
up something like this, because yeah, knight on g6 could come and cover the king.
Well, and then we can
So
maybe even go for a long castle here, actually. We just leave all the
yeah,
pieces back
here
there, yeah.
absolutely. Okay, this is fun. So we just want to play f5, no matter what. No matter what, we just go f5. Okay, so this is, wait, already played d4. They don't
Oh.
care about our ideas. They just play their game. Okay, but d4 makes sense. Bishop g7 is something that you mentioned
Absolutely.
before. So we just defend this.
Completely normal moves, I think.
Nice,
No,
nice.
no risk. And the
Who would you prefer
opponent,
here? Would you prefer to play it with white or with black?
personally, I would play this with black. I kind of like this. I really like the bishops. So, but what about you, Chet? Actually, would you play this with black or with white? Actually, and why? Because I'm actually curious about your ideas, Chet.
Yes, you can let us know. I am also choosing black because I overestimate bishops. Uh, simply Always. I know that. It's a good and a bad thing to like bishops, but of course, when you like active chess, they usually are gonna help you, so it's good. But sometimes if you overestimate them and you are gonna find yourself in this position when a knight is more powerful, you might be uh yeah, in big trouble. Because if bishop is better than the knight, sometimes it's still playable, but sometimes those cases when knight is better than the bishop, it can't be just game over because strategically this bishop is hopeless. But I think this is not the case. This is not the case. Those
Not at
bishops are
all.
nice.
Those bishops are look really good actually in this position, and I'm really happy to see. Oh, okay, we have. I'm really happy to see that Angelika has such like a. I think it's a really comfortable position against like 2300.
Oh wait, I think. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
you
thanks.
got.
Jan, thank you so much. Thanks. Oh wow, I appreciate it. That's so nice. Thank you for the bits. I wasn't certain at first because I don't have that normal alert. Like I don't have the sound. Thank you. Thanks. I
And thank you
appreciate
as
it.
well, Jan. Thank you so much for both of us. Thank you. We really appreciate it. And we are happy that you guys are enjoying this. Oh, and we have a move on the board. And
Bishop
it's
e3. Okay,
bishop
so this is
e3.
just normal,
Yeah,
normal
normal.
development.
Just,
Okay.
just simple chess, developing the pieces.
By the
But,
way, Nabu says, I think I would choose white. Okay, so you're
oh.
first brave person, at least from what I see. Why would you choose white? You like the center control, or what makes you choose white? Or maybe simply the time advantage. But 52 minutes, of course, there is a time difference, but 52 minutes is still totally normal. It's still totally fine. And this is move 12. So, okay, still a long way to go to this move number 40, where additional half an hour is going to come, but 51 minutes is still not an issue, I think.
Yeah, especially that at move 40, right? They will get an additional 30 seconds, 30 minutes. So
30
that should
seconds.
be.
Yeah, they get after each move, right?
Yes.
So that's also something,
Yeah, exactly.
something
So she
additional.
can, I think it's great that she spent a bit more time on the opening because, she was probably confused with like this H3 because she spent a lot of time after H3. And it's good that she was thinking a bit like about future plans and like how she should set up in this position. So I think it's great that she spent some time on it rather than maybe rushing into something that could be not as beneficial for her as this position. So I think this should be completely fine for her, even with the time.
Yeah, now
And
I guess castling looks normal, right?
castle looks normal, but I'm still thinking about f5. Like,
So
what
now
if
f5,
we
the thing
f5?
is that if we taking with the pawn is probably not that great anymore, at least. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, there is
Well,
knight h5 to consider.
oh, knight h5, true. I didn't
I don't
even see
know
that.
to be worried about it, but probably it's something a little bit annoying because yeah, here we can of course take with the
Oh
knight,
yeah, we can
so
take with the
that's
knight.
an option. But after taking with the pawn, knight h5 is yeah immediately attacking this bishop, and we don't really have like great
Yeah,
answer to
maybe
that.
maybe actually we can take with the knight. I kind of like that because we're trying to like um take one of the pieces to like either in g3 or e3 and maybe mess up the pawn structure. I kind of like that. And if white takes, obviously the pawn structure is really good for us. So
Yeah, it
I'm
should
not
be
sure,
fine
but
because
I
we'll
think
manage to castle
yeah. And then
unless.
but I think not if not a f5, I think cancel is completely normal and you know yeah, I think they should be okay.
You mean here, yeah? So after bishop e3. This is the current position. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
both moves seem to be playable because after
Yeah.
castling we can play f5 later, or we go f5 immediately. F5 immediately is kind of fun.
It is. It can be it could be a bit dangerous, but it's also a fun move.
Are there any other moves in this position? Probably not.
Pawn structure at this level is important. Yeah, pawn structure is, I would say, on every level it's important in a way, you know?
Don't move pawns up, but moving the pawns up, it gives us also activity, and we fight for the center. First of all, second of all, we also open up the bishop, which is something we should do because we have the bishop pair, and also like they're both bishops that are dark squared. They're on the board, but this guy on b7, there is no opposing bishop. So actually, this is a piece that you really want to play for. So opening this diagonal, like from this, activating the bishop and playing for some maybe even attack, it makes a lot of sense. And opening the position in general makes sense when you have bishop pair. And yeah, this move just, since this is also a central pawn, kind of, I mean, very close to the center, so it gives us some space. And the more space we have, the less space will opponent's pieces have, So for example, those knights, we a little bit are gonna limit them.
Exactly. And I think having like more space with the bishop pair is really favoring us. It's really favoring Angelika as well. So I mean, I don't know what you think. I think Angelika would probably go for a castle here. I think that's really normal, and then f5. I feel like, but
Yeah, this is I agree. But also, for example, I also like to think, just like Angelika, unfortunately, I often tend to fall into some time trouble. But very common thing for me would be to consider those two moves, waste a lot of time. I would really like f5, but then I would be like, okay, but why to risk? Maybe it's too quick. I still have king in the center, and then anyways to castle. So actually, from the practical point of view, it can also be important. Like, do we really need to calculate it and even go for it with the king in the center? Can't we just castle and then do the same thing? And maybe it's easier, and also like from the time management time, in theory it would be much better, but I know in practice you just want to calculate, you just want to kind of understand those differences. Yeah, it's quite interesting, this f5 option, but castle is kind of more natural and human.
oh yeah, definitely. I think it's also like the safest option. Like if she, oh,
She
okay,
played something. What did she do?
she didn't go with any of the ideas, so
Okay.
okay, e5 is interesting.
What do you think, Jill? I am quite surprised. So
Me
I'm not saying that
too.
this is not a good move, but I was simply focusing on like opening this
Yeah,
bishop
same.
from this side. So this is what we were considering. Yeah, I guess we were both considering that, and also you guys on the chat were suggesting this f5 move. Angelika proves us wrong with d5. Okay, now we have to figure out what's happening, but this is fun.
Honestly, d5 is it literally stands with what we were thinking. So it's still trying to open up the bishop, right? Because if it takes, we take back with the bishop, or like with the knight even. But then we got rid of the pawn. So it's the same idea, but a different execution, I think.
Mm.
And also,
Yeah, I
thank
think,
you.
but
Sorry, thank you so much for the bits, Murphy. Thank you. Thank you so
I
much.
think, yeah, I think that this also potentially could lead to some queen exchanges. I'm not sure if
Mm,
that's the case, but could be. I'm not also sure if it's necessarily a bad thing because we have the bishop pair, and if they're both
yeah.
playing actively here, it could be fine.
And
Okay, what
yeah,
is
I think we should be fine with the queen trades as well, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you.
okay? What does white do? Okay, let's.
Okay.
Okay. Also, we had this question as Siga. Hi, first of all, and could you set up an evil bar? You were mentioning before about evil bar. I don't know. Do you want to have it or not?
I'm fine with both. So but if you turn it on, just like let me know because I will put it on the overlay. I know this is like a hot topic now, I
Yeah,
think,
exactly.
on Twitter, whether we should have an Evo bar or not. I mean, I personally, you know, as every viewer, I am also obsessed with the evil bar. I'm like, you know, it moves like 1 millimeter, and I'm like, oh my god, some drama is happening, you know. But at the same time, it's you know, it's how do you say that? It makes you like really biased, I would say. Okay, Angelika, or is it who is using Angelika's account?
That was, I mean, you can do it because you have the restream. So I'm not sure. That could also be still Gila, I think.
Actually,
Maybe.
could be. Oh, is it Yula?
Or is there still more people with this power? We'll see.
I guess it will turn out soon. Okay, so no evil bar. Okay. Well, you guys, if someone wants to have the evil bar, you know, you can just open up the game or yourself as well. You can have the evil bar there, but I think we are fine without it as well. So, like, and I
Okay.
don't think we need it like that much right now because the position is like still not that crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it is after D5. There's like so
Well,
many captures.
yeah, maybe at this point the evil bar is like somewhere in the air. I don't know.
Okay. Far more interesting around it. Okay, we have some, again, of course, split options, but I think we will have it around it because let's just try to, analyze the position and just try to
Hmm.
understand it.
Yeah.
Um, okay, now unfortunately the difficult part is coming up. We have to try to understand it. Okay, 95 is there. The e5 is there. I think e takes d5 makes things more, at least looking, intuitively, like very quick
Hmm.
glance. It makes it easier for black because black is
Oh
able to
yeah,
like activate
definitely.
some pieces. So I would be looking at some, let's say knight e5. Of course, e4 pawn is hanging. So I guess black takes it.
Yeah, I think we would. Yeah, I think D takes E4. Mm, it just looks, I think, pretty good for us actually. Because the pawn is like on E4, pawn on E4 is really good, and then the knight is kind of like in the middle, but we can always like try to like maybe kick it out or just like I don't know. Could be not too beneficial. And then we can still go for F5 actually. Now that I think about it.
Ding ding ding. Oh hey, yes, this was Raila pass with knight g e7.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was some development. Also, bishop went to b3. It was captured, and so now that position is not like very common one. The bishops are fianchetted here, which gives probably some very nice active possibilities to black. On the other hand, white is playing very central. And yeah, now this d5 move it's really fun, and there's so much tension in the center. Yeah, I see some info on the chat is that white can get a free pawn. Is that the case?
I am not
Are,
sure.
is that
How?
are you guys checking it with the engine, or you just see more than us? Okay, so let's
Both are possible actually.
okay, so this other capture was to take, but this is probably even a worse version because
Yeah,
now the
I
knight is
don't.
attacked,
Yeah, the knight is a tight, and then it has to like go. Where would it even go? Like maybe backwards, but then that's again weird.
but then e5 is
Yeah, and
hanging.
then the E5 is hanging, and then F5 is coming. I don't think white can offer that.
Okay, let's move something on the board. What are we missing here? What are we missing? Knight e5, just what black takes on e4,
Yeah, and I think
right?
black is completely fine here. Like we have. Okay, we will probably cancel at some point on one of the sides, but I don't know. I really feel like we have the d5 square for ourselves. Because like we can maybe even like go for some knight d5. There is no knight takes c4 because we can take the bishop. And then the knight is hanging on e4.
Sorry, I just saw a funny comment. I guess Gila is writing it's tougher to be optimistic for Anna with Pivo bar. Oh, come on, today we are both optimistic. We are cheering so much for
Exactly.
Angelika, and we love this position. Come on, I think this is already close to much better for Black. There is just a bishop here.
Oh, it looks so great for Angelika here, I think.
Exactly. C1K. Hi everyone. Yeah, we are cheering here for Angelika, and she's doing great. She's on fire in this tournament. I think Women Grandmaster norm is incoming for her here. At least.
Yes, I think she's doing great in this game as well. And yesterday's draw was really good, especially it was the first round. And you know the first round is always a bit tough because I don't know if like I talked a bit with Angelika, and she said like her chip was like really long and she had to arrange the boards and everything. And so you know the first day is always a bit like tough in that sense.
Yeah,
And
you're kind of
so
still not in this tournament
exactly.
schedule and so on. But yeah, I don't know. Wait, I like this. Come on, d5. Let's crash this. Open the position up for the bishops. Okay, we were looking just to, just to remind that f5, similar idea, just opening stuff up for the bishop, because also like for me, probably more natural would be to try to keep somehow queens on the board, position being a bit more complex, so we can use this bishop pair for maybe some attacks. But this is simply because this is my playing style. But I think d5 is also very good because even if we do exchange queens, I mean, in some scenario, I think this is still great for Black because of the bishop pair.
Exactly. Okay, Yula is saying that my sound is a bit lower than Anna's, so now I got my mic a bit closer, so just let me know how it goes, and I can also probably do some stuff in OBS as well, so thank you for letting me know.
You can probably put the Zoom source a bit lower. But yeah, my mic is quite
No,
far.
yours is completely fine, I think. I mean, I can hear you really, really well. And so just Yula is saying that my mic is a tiny bit lower, so just let me know if now is better. And so yeah, Morphe is saying in chat that Angelika's time is a bit concerning, and well, a tiny bit yes, but we actually have a move on the board. So
Yeah,
White
exactly.
made a move.
White took.
White took,
White took.
and honestly, I really
She didn't like
that.
this pawn on e4. So that makes sense. I mean, for White, because we saw that after White takes on e5, Black takes on e4, and Black then, as we were mentioning, there are ideas of f4 and going still forward. Okay, so she just, see, she is already trying to simplify. She is playing with white pieces. She's high rated, but she is trying to simplify. So she's scared.
Exactly, and that is very good news for Angelika, because that means that she has the upper hand, right? And that's great news. But I think Black here just looks so much more comfortable than White. I mean, look at that bishop on b7. We're going to take, I think, with the knight here, although I'm not sure. I would take with the knight, personally.
Because but if we take with the knight, so if White takes,
and that just happened actually.
Wait, both moves or only one? Yeah, because
95 just happened. Yeah.
Perfect. But look at that. Just a couple of moves ago, like if we go back to this position, we were saying that the main problem for Black is like passive pieces here on the king side.
Yeah.
And in just 4 moves, look at this. Problem solved. So also sometimes this is how you have to look at your position. If you're simply improving what you wanted to improve, and if you're moving forward, making some progress. And here we made some progress, so this is great. White has no castle. So we also have no castle, so this shouldn't be a big issue in that way. So now the pawn is hanging. It's possible to take it, but we also have an attack on this bishop, and then our b7 guy opens up. So just, for example, I don't know, if takes, we could probably simply grab this guy, right?
I think
But
so. I think so, and I really think that's a such a comfortable position again. Like I guess queen takes, and here I think she would trade the queens.
I see you entered my chat in the
No,
link.
I have all the messages because you know I'm on Restream, and so I have old chats like from all of the chats. I have the messages, and so I just found this comment really funny. So I'm just gonna share that with all the channels. So someone was asking for my name because of course my name is really difficult, but so they were watching with 166p, which is like the resolution is, you know, you can't really see my name. And so Nabu was saying, no problem, her name is also difficult to read at 8K definition, which is, again, you know, I'm sorry about that. I have a really, really Hungarian name. So it's
Yeah.
not easy. I just found that comment so funny. I had to enter your chat and react to it.
Yeah, so all the chats actually, so we haven't like been introduced before, but like when we connected before we went online, we talked about it as well. I was saying like, okay, so how do I pronounce it? And then I understood kind of how to pronounce it, but still don't really know, you know. So
But don't worry about it at all. Like, you know, it's a difficult name, so
thanks, but yeah. So, but also coming back to this question, C1K, yes, we are Angelika is playing here, and this is her game. We are commentating and focusing on. If there are some probably longer moments of some thinking, we might switch to other games. But for now, it's like crazy interesting here. So we will stay, I think, in this game. And yeah, now the exchange on d5 happened. And there's still the attack on e5. I think this is a critical move because white can just take a free pawn. So
yeah.
of course this is hanging. And okay, Angelika, even if she very much wants, she could in some way take it back if she wants. And this is probably also playable
Oh yeah,
because knight is
definitely.
hanging, but probably
Oh, this could be
what is
scary if we
this?
take and then c3, is it?
But even that could be met with f5.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
f5. Oh yeah, okay.
And
So
they're
we are
still here,
fine.
but I guess it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, because
Oh
knight
yeah, yeah,
f6,
this
we
is
have
fine.
king f7, and
And then
that's
okay, 95 and then c6, yeah. Okay. So maybe we don't really need to worry about that.
so maybe even this is an option if we want to exchange so many pieces. But
hmm
probably we can because takes. This is all very forced. So those are the variations that you probably should count quite far, even though it seems like oh, it's so many moves. But they are very forced because
Yeah,
just
I
it
mean,
takes and takes back and takes. And it's for now it was bishop e5 taking the pawn back, but now there is still a double attack. So it looks kind of unpleasant.
I
Maybe
I think this is fine with the.
for white
I
or for...
honestly. Okay, this is a tough call though. I'm not the best at end games. Just you know, as a disclaimer. But I don't know. I kind of like this with black for now, though I can see how it could become a bit dangerous. Um, for black. But I think we actually have a move, and it's a move that I don't think we considered. I don't know if yeah. So
Yeah, so
bishop
we were just
g5.
looking at the taking, but bishop g5. So queen is attacked, and doesn't seem too
Huh.
dangerous, to be honest, at
I
least at the first glance.
The first question is like, what if just f6?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just not even wasting any time and
Yeah,
just kicking this bishop away. And bishop, where will it go? To d2?
I assume, yeah, but I don't know. That is again like really like really comfortable for for black. Because
Okay, let's see.
f6 like goes back. What can we play? Well, we can probably even just like castle here, I think. And then we're fine.
If we castle, maybe this is what white is already
Yeah. But the
more
good thing
comfortable
that
with.
there is no white square bishop, so that means that our king is like not that vulnerable.
Yeah, but for example, in this position, question is if black has enough activity, because if not, and if white somehow manages to, I don't
Oh
know,
yeah,
maybe
you're
with knight
right.
g5, block this pawn, this is an isolated pawn, and then, but it also seems that white is pretty slow with everything.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit like, double-edged, I would say. I think here maybe we can go for like something like queen f6, knight f4, and again we opened up the bishop, and we can put the rook on d. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that.
I mean, maybe
Okay.
it's fine, but because still, like,
Yeah,
as you said,
knight
knight f4 is
f4.
there, and there are some ideas.
Yeah.
But if white manages somehow to keep the e4 square and block this isolated pawn, then maybe this is not ideal. Like maybe it's fine, but if I was black, I would be trying to find something where I have even something more. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe it's
yeah.
too greedy.
I mean,
So
in chess, in a way, you gotta be greedy.
yeah, not only in chess, right?
Oh yeah, true, true.
uh,
In all areas of life.
in the correct balance, but I mean, just if we have time, we can look for a better option, and if we just decide that there is no better option, we go for that, which seems
Yeah.
playable. But still, after f6, you mentioned castles, or maybe even if we capture on d4, what's gonna happen? This knight is coming here.
Mm.
Unfortunately, move that comes to my mind is king f7 and c5, just to cover e6 square, and then
Yeah.
later.
Well, we can even castle, no? Instead of king f7, no?
Oh yeah, we can probably
But
because
okay, I mean,
knight
king
e6.
f7, honestly, it doesn't even look bad. I mean, here we can probably go for like
Because
king
yeah, because
e7,
we
yeah.
have the king,
True.
so it's fine. Yes. So here we can castle, and then
But
this
even king
is
f7 looked so interesting somehow.
but probably it's just better. Although here, maybe white can fight for this e6 square.
Yeah,
And
maybe
if
there
we
is like queen d6, perhaps. We can go for something like c5. Would be interesting.
Yeah, that was my idea, just to go c5, maybe later f5, and we have bishops completely open, so we don't have
Ooh, oh yeah, definitely.
this isolated pawn like in the previous variation.
Oh, this looks
Mm,
very good for Angelika, I gotta say.
she's still thinking. No, she played f6. Okay, good.
Oh, okay, I like that.
She played f6 because moving the queen away, okay, then bishop on g7 is a bit more open, but
Mm-hmm.
you kind of are a little bit slowing down and you react to your opponent. And f6 forces your opponent to react to you, and then it's again our move. So it's a little bit more dynamic. So I like it.
I like it as well, and I feel like in a way Angelika is like on like the same wave as us. We kind of like thinking of the same moves, and I really like that. She's
Yeah, that
playing she's playing really like active, and I very much enjoy that.
nice, nice, nice. Uh, uh, oh, and the time is looking better as well. I think she's winning today. I think she is winning this game. I
She
am.
is doing really good today in this game. Like this position is so ideal again, especially against like such a high rated player. And I feel like the opponent is going to take some time here because now she really needs to like okay, maybe like not for bishop d2, but after that I think white really needs to think about how to continue in this position because it's not easy. It's certainly not easy for to play this with white because like the double, like the bishop pair is looking amazing, I think.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I love bishops. This is nice. Okay, bishop
Oh
c1. Yeah, I mean, she really had two
no.
moves, but she wants her queen to be more active, so
Oh
it
yeah,
still makes
true.
sense.
I
Mm,
don't know, that's somehow so unnatural to me. Like Okay, maybe it's just, because we are putting a piece back to its starting position. But I don't know. I just somehow I would have just gone with like bishop d2, and I don't know, something like that. Mm, I feel
Yeah, but
like
here maybe, I mean, we were looking at the staking, right, before.
mhm.
So maybe it's still fine just to take
Yeah,
castle, get c5,
definitely.
boom, boom, boom.
Oh no,
I really like those bishops, you
this
know.
is exactly me too. It's like this is so dangerous for white, and
Okay,
the
now
queen
the difference is
takes.
that queen can take, right?
Yeah,
But we
that
just
is true.
castle,
And then we are fine,
right?
I think. Yeah, yeah,
And
I think
f5 is gonna
castle.
come with the attack.
Yeah, and then the
So
king is still in the middle, and the queen is in the middle. It's like it's not easy. Hmm. Yeah, this looks completely fine.
yes, better than fine. Okay, the difference is that, okay, now queen is defending the c5 square, but we can just go here, I think, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
and then we also put pressure on b2 now. Um, as well as obviously the queen is hanging right now, so we need to find an ideal square for it.
because this is not a move, I don't think. Like if white somehow wanted to block everything, but I think even f4
Yeah,
is possible.
maybe.
And then later
And then
we
queen,
win this
yeah,
knight.
queen f6, yeah. I
If
like
white has
that.
no f4, then this is not what you want to have, the pin.
Oh yeah,
So yes, it
definitely.
looks great. I think taking, I really
Oh,
like.
really?
So the other kind of option is just a castle, but then I would be a little bit, but maybe it's not necessary to be worried that the pawn is isolated, and if white manages to create some blockade, it's, well, we don't manage to open one diagonal, but it's probably also totally normal.
Yeah, this I think we can be like hyped here. Like I feel like I don't know, this position is like so much better for us. I feel like I don't know, the
Yeah, we
B7, the B
yeah
sub
we
that's
don't have the eval bar as we were talking, so we
yeah.
don't really know. But it feels, I mean, it
It
feels just
feels
great.
it feels so good.
And the time
Even
is
like
okay. The time is not great, but it's not horrible. It's still 40 minutes.
it's
Uh,
something you
so
can
it's
survive,
still
I
under
think.
control. So now, are there any other options? Castles or take on d4? I like taking on d4 just to open it up a bit more, but maybe we are missing something. Is there anything else? Is there like knight f4? Doesn't make any sense. Just to attack on g2.
Mm, knight f4 could be something, but knight f4 and then bishop takes, pawn takes, and then knight somewhere. I don't know. I mean, it's just I don't know. I think we can just maybe like make even just like regular moves, quote unquote regular moves, something like castles. It's just really natural.
Ethan, hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah, but okay. Anyways, as you said, we can be hyped here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Whatever she does, whatever Angelika is gonna play, I think it's a very, position with such a great potential for some active game.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
of course,
curious.
everyone on the chat, if you have some other suggestions, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
We all take a look at the suggestions. So yeah, just let us know if you have questions as well. But I think it's good. Mm. Where is it? Yeah, so this is Women's European Championships, individual ones, of course, and it is held in Greece. I think in Rhodes, if this is how
Yes,
it's
yes.
pronounced.
I don't know how
But
to pronounce it exactly, but yes, it is there.
somewhere in Greece,
Wow,
by the
Master
sea, by
Kestojo
the
is
swimming
chessborn for
pool,
10
as
months. Are
Angelika
we
was showing us
playing well
yesterday. And yeah,
today?
the cool thing is that
Yes.
also Angelika most likely is gonna be joining us after her
Mm-hmm.
games. So we'll see what she was thinking. Hopefully she's not gonna show us her nice view anymore.
Oh, she might, just to make us a bit jealous.
Yeah. No, I'm joking, of course, but yeah, the view and the whole location seems to be very very nice. Okay. So she's still thinking. She's still thinking.
Well, I'm curious how she will go for this. I feel like, e takes d4 is like the main move we discussed here, but there are some ways that she can play this. I mean, castle is an option here. E takes d4 is an
Wow.
sorry, is an option here.
Player 5532H eared Angel 1000 times, Angeli 118 heart, Angeli 118
Frank,
high.
we have in the stream name, we are both tagged. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, also everyone in my channel, you should certainly check out also Angelika's and Kinchu.
Oh, okay, that's close. That's close. Is really good.
Channel. Yeah, so she's tagged here. You can, you should. If you feel like, of course, check out her channel. So castle is on the board. Okay, this is a bit different than I would have expected, because I like
Yeah, I
taking,
mean, yeah,
but
exactly.
castle, I would not be surprised if this is the first engine's suggestion, because it's just such a natural move. And it could also be that the white won't really manage to block this e4 square somehow. That knight f4 is gonna come very quickly. So even after castles, maybe knight f4 immediately is some way to play, even though we have an isolated pawn, so you usually don't want to exchange the queens. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's not. I mean, I am a bit worried about this, blockade of the isolated pawn. But here we just have a huge activity. So knight h3, for example, this is a tactical threat. And something, so normally what white would like to do, would like to put this knight on e4, right? So both knights are playing there, but
It's
knight
not
e2, for
really a
example.
possibility, yeah.
Yeah, it's not possible because we have attack on g2. Same with knight g5. So, and we just want to take here or here, And another thing that white can do is to take on f4, but then we can take. So we get rid of this pawn, which was blocking our bishop, which was an isolated pawn, and we do it in a pretty nice way that we attack the knight and we attack the b2 pawn. So now we simply are going to win the pawn and we have a bishop pair. So this is a dream, no? So wait, this is great. I think
this is amazing.
Yes, if castles and knight f4 is gonna work, then it should be even better. Perhaps. I have a tennis update on my channel also. Iga Świątek, she is a Polish player, #1 in tennis. Of course, she is also playing at the same moment. Thanks for the updates. I'm a tennis fan, so I appreciate it. Okay, this is the current position, everyone. This is the current position. Angelika played castles and Gulnar is thinking.
Yeah, I think we're still doing great here. I mean, we still have these two beautiful bishops, and now we put the king on like a safer square instead of like in the middle. And I think maybe like the A rook could come like on the d file or the e file, and we can just like put pressure on the king, because white can't really castle long here. We have the bishop on c1 as well, blocking the other rook, like the a rook from white. And so I don't know, I don't really see how white will be able to somehow manage this position, because I feel like Angelika, she decided to go for like the safer option, and I think she will still be like really quick with like a potential attack, and I just don't see how white can defend that easily.
Absolutely. I think she's just gonna crush this one.
Yeah, I really hope,
That of course, I mean, her opponent is a great player, Gulnar Mamadova. She's super experienced. I think yeah, with Azerbaijani team, they also had a medal on the last European Team Championship. I'm not sure if someone wants to check it and prove me wrong. I am ready to be proven wrong, but I think so. So she had, a lot of success in those international tournaments. I think she has been an IM already for like many years.
Oh.
She's really strong, but
Oh yeah,
I think she
definitely.
heavily misplayed something here with white pieces. I think this is move 15 and she's in trouble already and for likely a couple of moves. So somewhere she just, I'm not sure. She maybe wanted to avoid the prep too much. She just wanted to play something, without making decisions, just something get out of the opening and just played out. But Angelika played, very like active. I mean, she reacted actively. She put immediate pressure. She took the bishop, put pressure on the center. I really like what she did. And I think just her opponent played kind of too soft. I don't know if that's a word, but that's somehow how I feel. And I think she's in trouble.
Oh yeah, definitely. White is in a huge trouble. It was very very misplaced, and what you mentioned with like trying to avoid the preparation, I think is really risky for someone who's such a high level player, right? Because I feel like, or I mean, I can't speak from experience. I've never been to 2300, but I just feel like with someone with such like a big past with chess can really like afford to go in something that they are somewhat familiar with instead of going into something risky that can easily backfire, because I feel like that's what happened here. She tried to perhaps like avoid a potential prep with doing something that's a bit risky, and now it seems to not work out.
Yeah, she castled, so the move is played. She
Mm-hmm.
went for a castle, so she didn't take on e5. Uh, opening was really bad for white. Yeah,
Yeah, I
nice.
think so.
Agreed. Absolutely. So mm, she went for the castle, so I think this is still an option. Trying to just take
Mm-hmm.
c5, with f5 combined, and maybe knight f4 is option as well. We have Hoshna Warrior is really impressed about you getting a rating in all finalists for the
Well,
past few years. Oh wow.
yes, I haven't. There hasn't been a month when I was in minus since like. Oh, I probably Warrior knows it, but perhaps like 2021 something. 20 since 2021 I haven't lost a rating. Okay, I don't play chess that often, but I haven't lost rating since
What's the secret?
2021.
What's the secret? How do you do it?
I don't know.
Do you study? Like
I mean, occasionally, yes. I like to prep before tournaments. Uh, you know, um, but sometimes it's just like I go to a tournament, and then when I'm in a tournament, I don't really like to focus on anything else. So when I go to a tournament, I refuse to do uni work. I refuse to study because, you know,
you just want to be focused and kind of
exactly.
in the zone. Yeah.
And then I just try to like do my best. I'm very determined when it comes to chess. Like I really, really always push to do well. And this is like the reason why I also take losses a bit worse. Um, but I mean, of course, like I
Tell us,
accept
tell
that.
us, tell us. What does it mean worse? Oh, knight f4 on the board. I actually like this move.
Oh, I
I
really like
really
it
like.
too.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I really like
Nice.
it too.
What does it mean worse? Like how bad does it get when you lose a game?
Okay, it's not like these allegations that were like with some higher level players, for example, like damaging a hotel room and stuff. So we're not we're not on that part, but
Not there. Okay.
no, not at all.
Not your room, yeah.
Not at least not my room exactly. I'm just kidding, but of course, For me, especially if I'm doing somewhat well in a game and then I manage to lose that, even against a much higher rated person, I take that really, really bad. Like it really takes me down. So, okay, like I don't break anything, of course, but sometimes like it does make me like cry or like overwhelmed and stuff, which is, I think it's somewhat normal. It's like you sit at the board for hours and so many things happen in your head, and then in the end all the stress just comes down. And it for everyone it's different. Someone really like just like closes themselves, they don't really talk to anyone. Another one prefers to, like, I don't know, do some sport to release all this stress. And okay, there are people who, when the rage comes, you know. And so for everyone, it's different. But I mean, I don't take the losses badly, as in like I don't hurt anyone or anything. It's just, it's difficult.
I see. But yeah, I actually checked your FIDE profile more quickly, and that's impressive. I haven't
Thank
checked, like,
you.
I don't know how is it for me, but I would expect that it's not like this. Okay, I haven't played for 3.5 years. So then I had a really big break, and like 1 year ago, I got back. I still didn't play too many games, but it's probably like at least half that I lose somewhere, I win somewhere, but only winning. That's pretty cool. You don't have some big trauma from the chess tournaments and from those small juniors coming and stealing your rating. You're lucky.
Yeah, all the time.
But yeah, this knight of 4 move, as we said, we really like it.
I like it, yes.
And okay, what if there is a capture? Capture, is it even an option? I don't think so, because knight cannot go here. Knight e2, then I think bishop f3 is pretty... It's probably simply bad for white to allow this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go for this. It just somehow looks so...
Looks, I don't know, losing almost,
Yeah.
I would say. And probably knight h1 is not something that you want to play ever.
No, not at all.
If you are a chess player. So taking is not an option. And if taking is not an option, then what can white do?
Well, this is tough. I mean,
I would say
don't
this
know.
is, yeah, like sad a little bit. I'm not sure what she can do.
Well, I don't know what else can happen instead of like taking. Because okay, there is like something like rook e1, but I think we're really comfortable again if that happens.
Okay, let's say rook e1. So in such position, we can look for some specific, threats for us to continue the game. So how do we continue the game? How do we continue? How do we crash through? I mean, something looks just,
There has to be something
it's
at
just
some
super
point.
shaky here. So many targets, all on the light squares. And once again, this is connected with the fact that white doesn't have the light square bishop. So we are enjoying our dominance on those light squares. But okay, as you said, rook e1 is a move. And now how do we win this thing? Can we just... Oh no, okay, we can't.
Let me see. I don't know. Is there something like queen d7? Is that a big blunder? I don't know. Somehow I would like to put some pressure on the white squares.
Okay, so queen d7. Maybe now this is actually an option to go to f1.
Oh yeah, that could be.
I mean, it's still not like a dream.
It
But
doesn't
maybe
look
it's
bad.
But maybe this is an option.
Yeah, this is an option for sure. Okay.
Do we have something more kind of...
Wait, someone was saying in my chat. Oh, was it for a different position? Wait. C4 was a different queen d5.
See?
Oh, queen d5 is interesting.
Yeah, but queen d5, then I think really c4 is some... but we can also steal the pawn simply.
Yeah, we can, I think, just take.
Queen d5. Okay, if we can go queen d5.
Yeah, because knight takes g2 is hanging, right? Like that's threatening. Oh no, never mind, it doesn't.
I guess
Sorry.
knight h3.
Yeah, knight
right?
h3, sorry.
But still, I guess takes, and I think white simply will have to take this knight because this knight is just too dangerous. I'm not sure if there is any other like way for white to play with the knights being there on f4 for too long, because it seems it's just attacks. I mean, yeah, those ideas are
Yeah.
super unpleasant.
Yeah, that is
So
interesting.
maybe takes something like this, just trying to survive and stay solid. Something like queen d3 later, maybe c4 if we can prepare it.
Yeah, but now we kind of have to like bring the rooks also, perhaps. I don't know, that could be... Maybe just put pressure on like d4 with black. Not
Yeah, if
entirely
we...
sure.
No, that's also I
Oh yeah,
see
and pushing the pawns.
Slav, I guess this is how it's pronounced. Sorry if not. Something like this would be great. But I think, yeah, I mean, again, now we play for this diagonal
Yeah.
and knight is blocking it, so we just want to attack it. But then maybe white will manage with this queen d3 and c4. Also, who knows, maybe
Can
rook
we
e7 somewhere.
somehow... Can we somehow stop... I mean, what if... So, queen d3, maybe we can play like b4? I don't know, I really want to stop c4 from happening. Like, that would be really annoying for us. But okay, if we play b4, then maybe the opponent can go for like a queen trade. So, yeah, maybe not. c4 is really annoying, I feel like, for black. And...
Yeah, who knows though how annoying. Somehow if we would even prepare with rook d8. And if we strike c5 first. Although no, but if they manage and then they put d5. Or even just to ignore it and like play queen h5.
Okay, queen h5 I like. We're keeping the queen close. Still pretty annoying for the opponent.
Yeah, but
And the knight is a
white
bit
would love to get
too...
like somewhere knight here and so on, but it just doesn't feel very realistic because everything takes so much time. But I think, okay, this is the position now, yeah, and
we
no,
have
rook e1 was
rook
played
e1,
actually.
yes, rook
e1
1
on the
happened.
board. And I think this is a very good move because now this actually is some possibility. Also, wait, actually takes and knight e4 is also an option. Knight doesn't even have to go to f1.
Yeah,
because e4
true.
is now guarded by the rook. So I think this is just because I don't think, okay, white is thrilled to give the bishop up, but the knight is just super powerful. By the way, we have a comment on my chat. I don't know if you have seen. Thoughtful Gaming is saying, I've noticed by following my own country's participants that Greece has sent a 7-year-old to the championship. Is this normal for a host nation? One of the unrated players.
Well, I think it very much depends like how they select these people. If like there's a tournament that perhaps happened before this event, maybe she qualified or something like this, then that's an option, like that can happen always. So usually I don't think countries really do that simply because it's like such a big event, but it very much depends on like how, like what qualifications perhaps they had.
But is there any limitation on that you see in
I
the
don't
regulations?
think so. Like,
Because
I mean, I think anyone can play, no?
yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Thoughtful Gaming. To be honest, I am not aware for 100%, but I don't remember hearing about any limits. So if somebody has the means, then I think they can just go for this event, as long as this is a women's championship. So I think they can just participate. And I think, to be honest, okay, 7-year-old, it's pretty young, but I think in the list of the tournament, we also have Bodana.
Oh yeah, she's also really young.
Yeah, she is, I think, gonna be 9 this year. I don't remember though the surname. Bodana.
Something.
Sorry, it's a.
Wait,
I will
I
find
should
it.
look it up.
Sivanandan. if this is how it is pronounced, but you probably heard of Bodana. She's one of the most talented, or simply the most talented girl player in the world now. She is already rated 2065, and she is only like 8-9 years old, like born in 2015. So I don't really know when is her birthday gonna be, but imagine that she's 2065, and yeah, last year she won under 8 world championships in classical, rapid, and blitz. And then she had some very amazing result on the European Blitz and Rapid Championship, like with adults. I don't remember exactly who she won some people there. She drew some people there, and I think she got a medal as well in women's section, not in girls. So even though she's like 8-9 years old, so even though you mentioned the 7-year-old, I think they can still have like a huge potential. And for the development with kids, really the best thing that parents and coaches can do is to send them to strong tournaments, to big events where they get experience. They also,
that is really important. Yes,
they will see those players like you were mentioning before, right? At the very beginning, we were saying that you can see those, the best in the world or in Europe in person. You kind of get motivated, inspired. And I think for the kids, it's really very important. And because they kind of see that, oh, those players exist. They are not only like something I read about or that my coaches tell me. I see them, they are here, and then you see how they play. And it kind of becomes natural for you that, oh, I can also play like this. And those talents just start to play like this step by step, of course, with a big help from everyone around them. But this is like the best thing for the development that can be done. So if a 7-year-old is playing there, I think it's just
that is actually great. I think
great experience.
Yeah, and so we have a few moves arriving just now. So Angelika did go for queen d5, and then bishop takes and pawn takes. And so we already talked about this, but now we actually forgot at first about knight e4, right? So here knight e4 is a possibility. And
yes.
I mean, I still kind of like this, but I feel like we have to be a bit careful. Like knight e4, I'm curious, like what you think we should do. I would probably go for like queen f5 here.
Okay, queen f5. That makes a lot of sense. Attacking the knight.
Yeah. And my chat is saying like knight e5 threatens knight c5. So that's what my chat is saying.
And we talked about it before, that this knight would like to be here.
Exactly.
So we just forgot kind of that.
We completely forgot about it.
Because previously it was not an option. So then just focused on this as free square, but not on the fact that our rook is defending. So knight e4 should be played. I think it's played already. Yes, it's on the board.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's already happened. Okay.
So yes, that's very true, that this is like an outpost in the black's position for this knight. It's still, not game over, but it's gonna create some like question, I guess, for black. Like, what do you do? Do you give up the bishop? So now we have to probably be careful, because maybe after queen f5, which you suggested, this is gonna be played.
Yeah. I'm not sure here. Suddenly we had a really good position, and now that we allowed knight e4, that even like we forgot about it. Now we have to like be extremely careful of how we continue this.
Yeah, the problem is if we could just like go rook e8, knight, let's say, come into c5, and we just move the bishop, right? But the problem is that the a pawn is hanging.
The a pawn is hanging, yeah.
So it's not so easy to just ignore this knight.
I don't know.
Somebody tell us what's happening here.
My chat is saying rook fe8, interesting. Aiming to reply to knight c5 with bishop f8, and position looks equal after something like knight takes b7, queen takes b7.
Ah, yeah, that we can do. But yes, we will give the light square bishop, of course. But maybe
the light square bishop.
maybe at that point we can't really save it because, as you're mentioning, the a6 pawn is hanging as well. So it's possible that we simply can't.
And also, like, maybe bishop f8 could also, like, aiming for some ideas such as bishop d6 perhaps in the future. So I feel like we still have, like, as long as we have at least one of the bishops, it could be, like, there could be still some, like, active attack ideas.
Yeah, hopefully, because for now, like, knights are really good in close positions, but also when they have nice outposts. So such cozy square that is defended by own pawn, cannot be attacked by the opponent's pawn. So that's the case of the c5 square. But that's really only c5 square here. So if we manage to control the bishop, afterwards other knight doesn't really have this maybe such amazing squares as well. But I'm not sure how great is our dark square bishop, to be honest. If it's on d6, it's not very active.
Yeah, because we have the pawn there, but maybe, I don't know, okay, this is like a crazy idea, but maybe you can like push, this was already in chat like earlier, like g5, h5 stuff. Could be, I know it's really risky though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we want the light square bishop, it's gonna be good, or it's gonna be more like, you know, just weakening the position. Thinking of f5, I think, then, sorry, here, then, yeah, I think knight c5 still is gonna be played. I don't think knight wants to retreat. Unfortunately, this knight is coming here.
Yeah.
To steal our bishop.
Yeah, this is
also
tough
this
now.
is somewhere hanging in the air. This is another possibility.
Yeah, the knights are getting really dangerous now.
I wonder if, okay, I like knight f4.
But maybe that was an inaccuracy though. Not sure.
And especially it looked tempting because white couldn't take immediately, right? We saw the knight didn't really have where to go. But
after rook e1.
Yeah, rook e1 is really nice because suddenly this actually is a threat. Black still is probably one tempo behind to have some decisive tactics on the light squares because they just don't work for now. Like if there was queen d5 already, then we can, for example, take. Probably we can. And then this one tempo we needed, we got it. But rook b1 was just to show you the tactic. Unfortunately, wouldn't happen. I mean, it didn't happen because actually that was played. So, so I wonder, maybe we are missing something after rook e1 also. But if here, after all, it was not better to take, or already before also. So just when we play the game, especially in the middle game, and there are some possibilities of changing the pawn structure, this is really crucial. How the pawn structure is gonna look. It's like the map of the position. And depending on that, it's very important also, will the knight be better than the bishop or the bishop better than the knight? And like what pieces would we like to exchange? So just to keep this kind of like according to the rule that if you have bishops, you just want to open the position a bit more. And we want the d4 pawn also, there wouldn't be the c5 square, at least not immediately. Okay, of course, white would still try to set the pawns like c3, b4 and fight for this c5 square. But if we manage to like also get c5 and f5 in some perfect scenario, then this would be probably a better pawn structure. But yeah, it's all also like with some concrete variations could not work so great. So anyway, Angelika decided to go for that. And this is the position. Wait, no, this is not the position now. This is still the position
the knight
she's
is
thinking.
So this is the current position, and I don't know what you think, chat, but this is getting tough now. Suddenly, we had a really comfortable position earlier, as you could see it, in this like quick recap by Anna. But suddenly the issue is knight c5. And we can't really stop that right now. So now Angelika's task basically is to find a line that's still like that is like the smallest damage to the position. And that is really difficult here, especially that now that she is doing it. I mean, I feel like she's not doing as well as she did before, but now that is a big factor, because she is also much lower in time now, and that is not favoring her right now. Because earlier she had a really comfortable position, and when you have a comfortable position, like you can maybe it's like fine, I guess, if you have a bit less time, but here it can be crucial.
Yeah, Angelika has to make 22 moves. Still, till move 40, till the time control, getting additional half an hour. But that is quite a lot, and she is down to 22, 23 minutes. Yeah, this now gotten a little bit more complex because the position before it was funny, this 4 pawns in the center, like it should somehow open up, but it's a little bit, not as open, I guess, as we would like it to be with the bishop pair. And the c5 square, white is gonna manage to jump there. And this is nice. I mean, also just to say that Gulnar, she found some ways to kind of survive solidly and find her chance. It's getting kind of interesting, but I hope that Angelika is gonna find some way to, to still show that bishops are better than the knights.
She has to.
She has to. Okay, what to play though?
I mean, I'm speaking like it's really easy. I'm not the one playing. Well, yeah, here it's difficult. So someone is saying in chat that um, but black has the bishop pair for now. But the problem is that knight c5 will arrive, and we sort of have to give up the bishop pair in order to not lose material. And I think we are still like, it's not like we are doing much worse, I feel like, but the b7 bishop was our, like, how do you even say that? It was the heart of our position for such a long time, and then now it's gonna be taken out. So it's a bit difficult.
I have a suggestion in my chat. This is, a very, very nice one. What about bishop c8? I mean, as you said, the light square bishop is the heart of our position. So how about we just keep it? We don't give it up. Okay,
Honestly,
it feels quite passive.
It is a bit passive, but at the same time, why not? Okay, I'm not sure what white would play here. I feel like
still knight c5,
yeah, knight
I
c5,
think.
okay.
And then something like, if black manages to use the idea, I think it was suggested in your chat, right?
Yeah,
like somewhere
bishop
rook,
F.
and then bishop here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably not the dream. It feels pretty slow. It feels pretty slow. I mean, white can just maybe even go queen d2, attack this pawn. So I would be quite worried to play bishop c8.
Bishop c8 is interesting, of course. When as humans we want to keep the pieces that we like, but not sure, like, if it's worth putting it back in a much, like, in not a good square, and then just let the knight be really strong, because now that the knight on c5 is going to be really annoying, pretty strong. We can't really kick it out for now. We have to make a lot of moves in order to reach bishop f8 and then capture it. But is it actually worth it to play all these moves, including like bishop c8, rook somewhere, bishop f8 takes, just to take one piece out, instead of just giving up the bishop on b7 for the knight and save ourselves all of this trouble. So of course this is a decision that that Angelika also has to make, and also she also has to value if it's worth it. Like, how worth it is it? How worth it is it? Okay, that was an interesting sentence.
Chess is hard, English is hard.
Everything.
Everything is hard. For the commentators, of course, Angelika has such an easy situation, right? She just has to make a move.
Yeah, like she just has to make a move, like
No worries.
everything
I'm
is fine,
joking.
you know?
But yeah, it's a pretty big decision, and the time is melting a little bit. So I worry about it
Yeah.
because
This is
usually
scary now.
usually the chess score sheet, like we write the moves, chess players on some bigger tournaments, and it's divided into 20 moves. So there are like columns, and there are 20 moves, and then another 20 moves, so that's 40, and then another 20 moves, so that's 60. And so for me, when I'm in the time trouble, and you have 40 moves till you get additional half an hour, so this is like the second column, it's gonna finish. So if I go below like half an hour, even with, you know, not getting to the second part of the score sheet, I'm getting like pretty worried about my time. So I would
Yeah.
say having at least half an hour for those 20 moves that remain would be great. And now we are only down to 17 minutes and still a bit left. So yeah, it's a bit, it's just gonna be quite a big pressure on
Oh, yeah,
Angelika.
definitely.
And you know, we are talking a bit around, like, but I would also not be certain how to react.
Yeah.
We were saying like maybe just to give the bishop trying to attack the knight. Sorry, those arrows are too difficult. Another difficult thing.
But chess is really difficult. Why? It's a collective.
But yeah, because if we try to save it with those bishops c8 kind of maneuvers, then we lose a lot of time, and maybe we just give it up. But it's all difficult, and worse thing with the exchanges, they will affect the rest of the game. You won't be able to take those back, so you kind of want to be sure, because yeah, it's just such a big decision now what to do.
Yeah, especially with such little time again. And that's why I'm saying like it's such a big factor at this point. Because it's not an easy decision, and it's time consuming, and the opponent is not only 300 rated higher, but soon she will also have like almost 40 minutes more time than Angelika, and that is really something that's not ideal for us, especially when it comes to such a tough decision again.
Okay, I think maybe yeah, just rook e8. I like it because that's the only open file, and just
Yeah,
bishop
I think
f8
that's
is
good.
kind of the safest. So let's we can put it on the board here, attacking the knight. Knight, let's say I think knight simply is gonna take, and then it's white to move again. I don't know. Queen d2 is one option.
Yeah,
Attacking
queen
this, connecting rooks, maybe even queen a5 at some point. I'm not sure if it makes sense, but
could be,
maybe.
yeah. Yeah. Again, oh, but maybe not. I don't know if we should like if she attacks the f4 pawn, like I don't know if we should even protect that, you know? Because I have this interesting idea of just like leaving the f4 pawn and then just going for bishop d6 after the pawn is captured.
Yeah, but
So
it's
at
a
least
pawn,
we
and
can
also
activate, yeah, of course, like maybe we can like
there are some
king
issues.
g7 and then something like bishop d6 could be interesting.
Yeah, I would be happy as white. I would just take the pawn. I would go back, and
Yeah, true, but at least
that
we
would be
activated
pretty.
the bishop a bit. That could be something, you know.
By the way, Otto, hi. You'd favor black even if both sides having doubled pawns. Okay, so somebody likes black here now. How are you, chats? All the chats, let us know. Yeah, the current position with all this worry of knight c5. Who are we choosing now? Who would you choose, white or black? Would you be worried about those knights jumping around, or are you still kind of preferring the side with the bishop pair? 14 minutes. Okay, no, we have to keep positive. We have to keep positive. Yesterday, I stayed positive till the end of the game, even though there was also a huge time trouble and like very big time difference as well. So we have to be positive. We have to send Angelika some power now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Here it's very important is decision making, that at some point you're kind of lost, especially this is difficult moment because the character of the position changed after exchange on f4. It's just suddenly different because we don't have this pressure in the center and so on. So this is kind of like a critical moment in the game when structure changes, and it can be difficult to find a calmness of mind because the position is maybe not what you expected. But yeah, here we just have to make some decision, and we have to make it quick. Okay, in my chat, everyone prefers black.
I just want to say that. I'm actually so surprised because, earlier when we loved Black's position, chat was a bit more like, I tend to go for maybe like white here. And when we switch, we are a bit like, okay, white is getting a bit like more comfortable here. Then chat is like, oh, I love black.
Oh no, okay. Somebody also prefers white, I see.
Yeah.
So
I would also probably prefer white here now. I mean, if knight c5 wasn't the thing, I would prefer black, of course. But knight c5 is a big thing here. It's really annoying for white. I mean for black, sorry.
no, okay. The opinions are divided.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really interesting. But I think I would actually not mind this position with white. If I was like in a similar situation as Gulnar is now, because in chess always psychology plays a big part. So the fact that you're higher rated or lower rated also plays some role. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. It's not always like better or worse. It depends on the position, but I would enjoy this with this time. I'd be like chilled because I would be almost okay, not almost certain maybe, but I would just have this feeling that my opponent is pretty likely to make a mistake simply because of the time trouble. 11
this
minutes.
is 11 minutes. Oh my god.
Yesterday we were thinking at one point that maybe transmission broke. So
Oh, maybe that's the case here. I'm not sure though. Let me look at the other games.
It's still not clear because it's just gonna be one board, right? That can just
yeah, true.
Those DGT boards, they somehow lose connection.
They like sometimes you just move like one cable like 1 millimeter and it just breaks. Oh, and now we have
G5
a move
on the board.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Will she try? Okay, this also came to my mind. Can she try to sack the pawn? Ignore
Honestly,
it.
maybe, yeah.
But the problem is after knight a6, the knight
Oh no, but
again.
knight b4 is coming. Yeah. Oh my god, that is also really annoying.
Unless we are like, boom. But that's unfortunately gonna be like too much. But yeah, like if you just want to keep the attack going somehow. But yeah, this is too much. But okay, g5. So let's now try to figure out what after knight c5 still, right? It should still be the main move.
Yeah, I think knight c5 is like most likely, or like I would say the most natural.
How many moves to control? Still 21.
Oh, that's a lot.
21. So even if we add this time, so Angelika is going to get 10.5 minutes, yeah, still from those 30 seconds after every move. So that gives her 20 minutes. So she has 1 minute for a move. Again, yesterday I mentioned that it might feel like a lot when we are used to online chess and, seeing blitz or rapid. So it's not like a big time trouble. But in classical chess, it's quite
It's
different.
completely
It just,
different.
yeah, I would say that it's just quite a big time trouble already.
Well,
So,
I don't know about you, but whenever I play over the board chess, like classical, usually the clocks above 20 minutes, you just see like the whole minute. So, 21, 41, 22, I don't know. But when you go under 20 minutes, they start to show the seconds as well.
yes.
Do you the stress that it causes?
Because then it suddenly becomes like tick tock, like every second
Yeah.
is counted
And then
right
you
in front
see
of your face.
exactly. And then you just see like, oh my God, the seconds the seconds are going by.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, but we gotta stay positive. Angelika played g5. So from one side, this is risky, I think, a little bit at least. But from other side, since she didn't go for a safer option, maybe she feels confident enough that despite being so much lower on time, she has something, here, something active, and she's just gonna go for it. Let's hope. Let's stay positive and let's believe that Angelika has some cool ideas here.
We already mentioned this. It's like technically she doesn't have anything to lose. And she can just have like a fun game where she goes for all of her ideas, like really active game. So this can still like turn out to be like anything. So why not? Why not go for something fun, something active? And so 95 indeed just happened. It's on the board now. And question is how Angelika will continue to play this. Maybe bishop c8, as chat already mentioned, could be some. Oh, okay, that already happened.
Yes, she did it.
Okay,
that was her
bishop
plan.
c8.
Like when she played
Okay.
g5, that was her plan. So she really liked the idea of keeping the bishop. Yeah, it's hard. It was hard, I think, to give it up just like
Yeah.
this for the night. I mean, such a beautiful
Yeah.
piece. Precious
Yes, for sure.
piece. So she wants to keep it. Then now she also
Yeah,
bishop c8
she
controls
covers
e6,
e6, yeah.
a6. And what will Gulnar do now? What are the ideas? Queen d3
Well,
is one idea
I
to prepare
think
c4.
so. Queen d3, yeah. And then c4, exactly. Something like that. She will probably try to like connect the rooks, perhaps bring the a rook to the d file. That could be something.
I think queen d3 is a move, but both h5 and
Oh
g4
yeah, h5.
ideas were mentioned before. I think, if already Angelika went for g5, it's probably on her mind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe she just wanted to cover this pawn, but then she could have done it later as well. So I think something like h5 is on her mind. Queen d3 anyways, I think is a very solid option because at some point queen g6 can come. I don't know at what
bishop
point
f5,
because bishop f5
yeah.
is there, but the pawn on h5 is threatened. So even, I don't know, let's say this, bishop f5, then the pawn is hanging, I guess.
Well, maybe
This one is
after
also
queen
hanging.
d3 we have bishop f5 as well, no? Perhaps.
Yeah, actually that's a very good point. And then queen d2, this guy is hanging. So I'm not entirely sure if this is a good move to include for black. But after queen d3, yeah, but there's also rook e7,
Oh, rook e7. Okay, that is
attacking the
annoying.
pawn, activating the rook obviously a little bit, and then even queen e2 and simply rook e1.
Oh, no.
If white could do it.
Oh, this looks scary now. Like whenever, chat, whenever like the rook is either on like the 7th or the 2nd rank, we don't want that. I mean, we want our rook to be on those. Yeah, this is looking scary. Rook f7. Chat says rook f7. Rook f7,
Yeah, that
rook
makes sense.
e8. Ah, okay. We can just like probably go back and forth. But maybe we can
But now
also
queen
just, yeah,
e2.
queen e2,
Now I think queen
exactly
e2
what I
will be
wanted to say,
played.
yeah.
I think it's better with the rook on e8, to be honest. Or maybe I'm wrong. But I think so, because like after takes, this is a check. And like bishop
mean-
f5 now, then rook f8, I guess has to be played or no.
Yeah, but then, oh yeah, true. And then here we probably
Or maybe I was
take.
wrong. Unless, you know, it was fine to play it with the rook on e7.
Yeah, that could
Because
be actually.
if the exchange comes and queen is anyways on e7 quite
Yeah.
active.
Yeah, but then white can also bring the rook on e1 as well. So like tripling on the e5 could be something as well. So yeah, white takes the open file, and that could be annoying for Angelika.
What else? But yeah, rook e7 is an option. What else? What else?
Not sure. I mean, let's see. I mean, white can still go for like how else can white play c4? Maybe queen e2 and then c4. Oh yeah, more reasons to play queen e2. So chat is saying queen e2 here.
Immediately, yeah, without rook e7.
Yeah, immediately. I think that is actually interesting. And then white just tries to push c4, which is honestly completely understandable. Like that's completely something that white wants to go for. Yeah, the g7 bishop is
Okay.
quite limited right now. I agree.
What a lovely way to put it, quite limited.
Well, yeah. is
He's still waiting. He's still waiting for his time to shine, you know.
exactly.
It's a very good defensive piece. Oh, we can also put it this way.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Let's keep positive. Let's keep positive.
Yeah, today we gotta be positive. We gotta be positive. Like we can't afford being a pessimist here. Today we are optimistic.
But yeah, queen e2 is also
Yeah.
an option. Why not?
Yeah, and our issue is that we can't really go for like bishop d7 and then rook e8 because bishop d7 is not really an option. We don't want to trade that, especially after we went back to c8.
Yeah, also a6 pawn is hanging, right?
Oh yeah, the a6 pawn as well.
Okay, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I think strategically this already looks bad. I mean, since this knight e4, I really don't like this somehow strategically. I don't see how the bishop, because the bishop pair, you know, yeah, we really like it. I am also a huge fan of the bishops. But when knights have those outposts and if bishops don't really have open diagonals and targets, then they're, yeah, like here, I feel this could be the case, that they're a little bit, they don't really have much to do. So they are here. It's great. We have a bishop pair, but like, what do we actually do?
Well, for now, yeah. It's
Okay, let's say
we don't know.
is 96 also move? Probably not yet. So what if we continue this,
With
you know,
h5.
plan?
Yeah, just all in, just all in.
Just let's go. The problem is even if we do get this, there's still not much happening. But okay,
Yeah.
I mean, we are hitting some like d4.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. We gotta try to like do something with the white squares, right? Because we have the bishop on c8. We can maybe try to activate the bishop somehow. So probably the idea is to like either take on h3 or somehow just open up the position a bit more. But yeah, we do need to be careful about a6 for sure. Oh, and we have a move.
Let's see. Queen e2 was played.
Oh, okay, queen e2.
Wow.
Oh no.
How is chat is always so good. Come on. Chat always knows.
Chat too good.
Okay. So what's gonna happen now? Something has to happen quick. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Bishop c8 was move number 20, so 20 more till we get
Exactly.
additional half an hour. So
Oh,
we really
that
don't
is
want to go too low on
that
time.
is a lot of moves still.
Oh, come on. I'm sure Angelika has played
No.
some ultra bullet games
I
online.
am sure Angelica can handle this, but it's a lot of moves still, you know? I mean, okay, at least there is a 30 seconds increment, so you know, it's still something that we have. So, you know, no panic mode just yet. But
Yeah.
but I really think we shouldn't go under like 5 minutes for now. So we gotta keep being around 10 minutes, I would say.
I'm sorry. Are there any like background sounds from my side? Does anyone hear?
I think it's okay. I mean, on my end, it's fine. I mean,
If
sometimes you can
someone
hear
does.
like one like for like 1 second, so like it's not that big of a thing.
Okay. It's something. There is a very lively discussion going on, I think.
It's okay. I mean, I personally don't hear it. I don't know about chat.
Okay. If something, let me know. But yeah, going under 10 minutes is still fine, but let's not go too far from the 10 minutes. So what are the options? What about c6 to prepare a5, just to keep it solid, kind of, and also c6 if c4, I'm not sure. Okay, c4 is actually pretty annoying.
C4 is really, really annoying.
Because if we take, the problem is that then, our pawn structure is shattered a bit.
Yeah.
But probably we don't have a choice, to be honest. Maybe we just...
B4, it could be, yeah. My chat is saying maybe B4 here. I had that idea earlier as well, but it's like...
Can white take the pawn, or is it too greedy?
I feel like it's greedy, but sadly it probably works.
It's greedy, but if it's too greedy, right? Like,
yeah.
What is...
No, for white B4. Oh, never mind. Sorry. From the wrong
Okay.
side. No, earlier I was thinking of B4, but it never really worked, so that's why I was actually curious if it does now, but no. Yeah, this is tough. So, what would you play here actually? Would you go for H5 here?
It depends on the time control. Like in the bullet game, I would have gone for h5. In the classical game, this is actually what I was just thinking. What I could possibly play here, like trying to think in terms of practical chess. I was mentioning this move c6, so it could be that I would try to just play something solid, but I don't think that c6 is maybe that solid if this works. So what is this solid approach? Just to somehow survive without creating too
many weaknesses.
Yeah, too many weaknesses, and kind of survive till move number 40. I mean, it's 20 moves, so it's just
it's a lot of moves.
Optimistic approach, but trying to survive. But how to do it, I have no idea. Maybe something even like h6.
Oh, h6 is interesting.
Okay,
it
to
really
maybe
closes the bishop, but yeah,
no,
okay.
to hope for f5, because now we cannot go f5 because the pawn is hanging.
Yeah.
And since it is likely that in some case white is gonna force us to give this bishop, so I am just trying to think, can we open the g7 bishop in some way? And now after c4, I really don't want to take, but I guess we have to take, maybe go back and just, I mean, it still don't really know if you even want to play f5, because knight can simply jump to e5, which is also unpleasant.
Yeah, I don't think we can afford that to let the opponent play on e5. That's just over for us, I feel like. Oh, and Angelika actually made a move, and it is g4.
Okay, g4. We didn't consider this.
Oh, but I kind of like that though.
Okay, yeah, this is not bad. At least it feels
it feels.
It gives some activity.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so of course, now this is the threat over here. Why we didn't think about it? After g5, it should have been on our minds.
Because we are really like focused on h5 and then g4, so not just g4 directly. Maybe just.
Yeah.
But okay, this is interesting. I think she should
Yeah,
randomize the
that's
position.
true.
Yeah, I think this is a good try, you know? No one thought about this. Kind of no one. Oh, someone did in chat. Okay.
I
The
mean,
G4
it
is
is.
good. At least it's trying to activate the bishop on c8. I know that if takes, then like a6 is hanging, but I don't know. We are gaining at least some activity. But I'm not sure. Like, what would we do if pawn takes? Would we take with the bishop here?
I think we have to.
Yeah, and then
What else?
knight takes a6. The c7 is hanging now.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying, but
Yeah.
extra. Maybe why we didn't think about it, because it creates this horrible pawn structure. So normally you'd like to go the pawn,
Yeah.
and if we take back with the pawn on g4, our pawns are together. So maybe this is why we're kind of not thinking about this option. Wait, the move was played. Okay, she took. She didn't really have, I think, much choice, because the knight is hanging and the h3
Yeah.
pawn is hanging as well. And if knight moves, then queen can take. But knight a6, what about taking?
Yeah, actually someone
Okay.
just wrote that exact move in chat. So bishop takes f3.
And just to try to take on d4.
Yeah.
But it feels.
And then my chat is saying rook a1 here.
Okay, but what even if taking?
Ooh,
I just worry
okay,
that this
that's
bishop is so
scary.
horrible, and together with the like.
Ooh,
Okay,
and now e6 is also really weak. Okay, we have to take, yeah.
this is
Do we
some
take on b2?
way. We go back somewhere. But this is still in the air.
I feel like yeah, we have to stop. I don't know, like 96 is really annoying. I mean, okay,
Because then now
96
king
we
is
will
weak.
always have rook f7, but it's not comfortable still.
Yeah, but okay, let's say here rook f7, and then there's still queen a8 ADS.
Ooh.
This guy is hanging. And I don't even know. Yeah, here still no, because queen g6 is coming to defend. Okay, that's the actually this probably saves a little bit.
This
Okay,
is
queen
this
a8.
is tough. This is
Shop
tough.
is still defending.
But now our rook is kind of tied to f7.
But we just want to take the pawn and queen the b pawn.
Okay, true. Yeah, but now I'm
this
kind
is still
of
positive, but yeah.
kind of worried like about like knight d8 and then rook e8. And the bishop is kind of stuck on f8. Okay, of course, like black is going to make moves in the meantime, but it looks just dangerous.
Okay, let's
And
see.
Angelika is also on 7 minutes right now, so she really needs to make quick moves here, quick decisions, while the opponent has nearly 40 minutes left. And okay, I think the opponent will take her time now, because I think earlier she was the one who had like a tougher position, and now she doesn't want to mess it up now that she is kind of coming back. That would make sense to me.
Yeah, that is very logical thing to do in such position, because also again this g5 g4 is a big decision. It changed the character of the position, so you want to take a moment to just think how to react best. I see in your chat, I think Alberto right wrote somewhere that he refuted that line with queen d4. I'm not sure it's refuted.
So
For
many.
which side?
So
Which
many
side
lines.
is happy? I'm not entirely sure.
That's why I'm also a bit confused.
I think it's good still for white, right?
No, it has to be good for white, sadly.
Yeah, so this is this line here. With I think where queen d4 was possible. So here is the current position, and Gulnar must be thinking about knight a6. What are the other possibilities for her?
Well, I don't know.
Hello to Adam and hi to everyone who
Oh, hello, Adam.
is watching
Hello,
on
hello.
on all of the channels. Nice that you are cheering for not for us, but with us for Angelika. Hey Tuna, hey. Oh yeah, so what else can she do though? If not knight a6, what are the other options?
I mean, c4 again? Is it a thing?
But c4 maybe now this is this a thing? I don't know. What's that end game?
c4 takes. Oh, okay, that's interesting though. Queen take.
There are doubled pawns
Takes.
everywhere. But again,
So
I feel that
so
white is
many.
kind of I mean white
So
has
many
all
double
those rook
pawns.
e7, although I don't know. My favorite evaluation of the position is unclear.
It is pretty like there's so many things happening in this position.
When you don't know what to say, you know, and you have like no
Yeah.
idea, but you still want to sound like you kind of have an idea, just say it's unclear. It's very complicated.
Oh, it's so complex, you know?
Okay, bishop g4. Now this is an idea, but white unfortunately has also ideas. What are we doing here? Yeah, I don't know, to be honest, like first glance to g5, g4, it feels a little bit like all in, but in reality we might be weakening more our king.
Yeah.
And also the pawn structure. So I'm not sure if that was good, but I think it was maybe already bad. So
Well, it seems like after 95, we're just like we're just doing a tiny bit worse, I feel like. Like the c5 knight is just you cannot like kick it out, right? It's forever going to be there almost. Always annoying a6, always annoying the e6 square. But what I was actually thinking about, and I don't know how it didn't come to my attention until now. What if we go for some ideas like king h8, rook g8? Because maybe that's what Angelika is thinking about. I didn't even think of this.
Yeah, maybe this, and even if g4 is not like the best, you know, because the engine doesn't like it. I don't know. We don't use the engine, so we have no idea what does the engine say. But on the other hand, it did change the character, and it goes for like, okay, so I'm basically lost strategically. I accept it. It's fine. But then we are looking for those dynamic factors and for, you know, some crazy things that are going to practically maybe still cause some trouble. I'm not sure. Okay, Gulnar took on a6. She took on a6, so she takes it differently, but I'm not sure because knight a6, I like the fact that there was some
There was some
idea.
Yeah, and it's like with knight ace, I feel like there is like more pressure on the position, right? But here it kind of like you just take that away immediately. So maybe like keeping the pressure would have been more accurate, I would say. Because also like practically Angelika has lost like a lot less time. So I feel like maybe just like keeping the pressure, like keeping these fork ideas in the position would have been practically better in my opinion. But I think we are going to see a move really quickly. I think yeah, she's gonna capture.
Well, it won't be more than 6 minutes, so
Exactly. We have to see it. We have to see it soon. I wouldn't go under 5 minutes. We have a lot.
Because what else could she do if she takes now? Then here. Here we don't have queen d4 at all. So maybe this is like So this is for sure
Yeah,
something that's not possible.
No, that's not.
Not at all sure. What would bishop f3 gives here? Oh shit. White will take with the queen. White will take with the queen. Not gonna make this weakness voluntarily and keep the black's queen on the board. Yeah, I think she will not keep the queens. Okay, so I think let's try to take. Let's try to take, and now let's try to take as well. Takes after all, no?
Knight
But now
takes, yeah.
still there's knight c7.
And then
It's kind of similar to what we were looking at
Yeah.
before, but look, maybe it is actually better because queen b2 is not attacking the rook anymore.
yeah.
So
And
maybe
I
it's
feel like this
actually
is
not
really
so-
good for white. Like rook e7 coming now, I think. Rook e7, knight e6, queen g4. Yeah, it looks crushing to me. Sadly.
And there are even some ideas like queen d5,
Yeah.
I don't know, rook g7, knight
yeah,
e6,
true.
some crazy tactics. And the problem is you have to calculate it, even if this is some nonsense, but you have to calculate it as black to know if you're not losing immediately.
With
But
4
calculating
minutes.
takes time.
Yeah,
Okay,
and she has
this
4
is the
minutes on the
position,
clock
4
now.
minutes. Come on.
This
gotta do
is
something.
really really tough now because
Okay, maybe what you said before. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
No.
but maybe king h8.
yeah, I feel like king h8 is such an interesting idea.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's just give everything. Queen b5 is there, but probably it's not really an option. So we just go king h8. She takes. We don't care. We go rook g8. We go for the king, and we just.
We just need to rush. We have to do something. Oh my god. Angelika has less than 4 minutes now. Oh, and that's oh my god, this is gonna be stressful now.
What will she do?
And it's just for context, chat. So currently they are move 23. So that means they still need to make 70 moves. I think Angelika even has to make 80 moves because she hasn't made her move yet. In 3 minutes. Like, that is insane. And it's really
Yep.
concerning that she still hasn't made a move. Oh my god. This is really, really scary.
Oh no, Lionel Chassis on my channel said the engine's evaluation.
Oh,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
plus 1.5.
it doesn't really probably matter that much what the engine evaluation is, but
Well, you know,
because we
anything
know
can
that it's
happen.
tough in a
Yeah.
practical game, it just feels tough.
But you know, like
And-
it takes one mistake always. You know, one mistake is enough for the opponent as well.
Yeah, this is why chess is so tough, right? In other sports, you don't really have it. You make one mistake, you lose some point or something, but the
Yeah.
game still goes on. But in chess, if you make one mistake, it can also be just simply game is over
Exactly. Like
right now. So there is the possibility, but yeah, to be honest, it's very tough. We all need now some crazy cheering magic to
yes,
help
Chad.
Angelika.
Let's send some energy to Angelika because she very much needs it. Look at her clock. And yes, Alberto, she's
Yeah.
definitely going to blitz with the 30 seconds increment. Like that's what she has to do. She needs to make 18 moves. And she goes for rook e8. Wow.
Okay, that allows queen
So-
e8, rook e8.
Yeah,
But
obviously,
maybe
giving up the
it's
two.
tricky
Oh.
because look, after king, I was actually thinking, but I discarded it. But maybe to click quickly because f3 is hanging.
Yeah, and then the pawn on d4 is hanging, which is interesting. And on f3, of course. Okay. I think that was practically like a good choice to
Okay,
to
so
make this
yeah,
move.
rook e8 is played. Now queen takes is one option. Is queen b5 an option to try to
Queen
attack
b5.
it? Because if we take queen b5, if rook takes only one, we take it with the
Maybe we can.
knight.
Oh wait.
But okay, sorry. But of course, first question is if white could simply take two rooks. But okay, at least we are asking opponents some questions, and this is when they can make mistakes. When we ask them some questions, when we because also Gulnar, she knows she's better. She knows that she is so much higher on the clock, and she
Yeah.
wants to win this game now. But she also wants to win this game without taking too much risks. So she's probably also gonna approach it like, okay, when is there like the safest position, and she might get tangled in those variations. So there is still chance. Come on. Rook a8. What do you think? What should white do? Take on e8?
Sorry? Wait, that was... Oh my god,
It's okay.
this is so tough. Like, to evaluate this position even. Oh! And queen takes b5 just happened, actually.
Yeah, queen b5, because I think that's taking on e8. It's somehow, after king f7, black has multiple
No.
threats suddenly, but this is good. So queen b5. We have no idea whether this was a good decision or no. So now black can... But black can also take on f3. Is that at all an option? And after rook e8, I don't know, take on g2.
Oh, wow. Okay,
something.
that is actually very brave.
And after this, but I guess white can just exchange the queens. That's just mean.
Oh yeah, we don't want to trade queens here, actually. So no,
No.
we can't really let that happen. What should we do here, actually? Should we, I don't know, take the rook on e1? Is that what we have
Okay,
to
if we
do?
take the rook, knight takes, and we can take on d4. Come on, we got the pawn.
Yeah, just, we take those. We take everything we
This
can.
is still an option
Oh,
for
never
white.
mind. Oh, we don't
But
want
okay,
to.
but now we didn't give the exchange,
True.
so this is still not so horrible. Maybe now we are pawn down.
Okay, that is something, I guess.
But those knights seem to be so like annoying.
Oh, the knights are really annoying in this position for sure. We still have the bishop pair, but suddenly it's like not as strong as it was.
Oh no, what is with the time, everyone? Where's
Oh my
the time?
god. We're under a minute, chat. We're under a minute. Oh, that's so bad. Like 32 minutes versus 30 seconds is no. Okay, but
I am like not braving and just looking at those seconds going down. Come on. Okay, she
okay,
took on
she
f3.
took.
Oh, this is
Oh.
so giving this rook.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah, so I guess rook takes e8 is coming. Oh.
At least we have bishop pair.
We still have the bishop. We're happy about
Yay,
that.
we got it. Oh my god.
Oh
No.
no.
I
Oh,
don't think
no.
this works.
No, this can't work, sadly. Like,
Because
what should we... Oh, queen g5, okay.
oh wait, we missed this one, but no.
Yeah, I didn't even see queen g5.
Okay, we have a checkmate threat, but she can take and she can also like.
Oh, will she blunder the
defend it.
checkmate?
Okay,
That's
but I think actually
unlikely.
queen f1 is. Oh, come on, there's still chance.
I mean,
Let's-
there is technically still a chance, yes. And queen g5, I didn't see that actually at all.
That's the position now, right?
Yes, this is the position. Probably rook takes, I guess.
I guess she has to because she'll have to defend on g2 with the queen.
Yeah, and then she has to go back to queen f1. There's nothing else really that she can do, so
Look at that. Look at that. We are getting our chances.
yeah.
And Gulnar is thinking, look at that. She has unfortunately time to think, but
Yeah, that's the problem. So Angelika is in like a must move situation.
I must move. That's nice.
A must move situation, basically constantly, while her opponent can just, like relax, calm down, and just look at the position. Whereas for Angelika, it's not the case. She has to be really quick here. Queen f1 in the end, it is over. Yeah, I think queen f1 in the end is quite sad, yes.
Who is so pessimistic here? Come on,
Schach
it's not over.
Katze.
Uh,
Yes, Chad, let's not be so negative. We
it's
still have
tough.
faith.
It's tough. We will
It
not
is.
be trying to escape the reality, but come on. No, I mean it's pretty bad. But okay. We still have those bishops and we still have like some activity. Hmm. We are above 1 minute. Yes, that's true. 1 minute
That
on the
is,
clock.
we take we take everything that we can. So, at least we are not under 1 minute right now. We take every
What would be the
small
move
moment.
here though? Because knight wants to come here. Do we just take it? And
I think we have to, but that is like
it's-
we're down an exchange
and a pawn.
and a pawn, yeah. So it's just like
And two
really.
pawns.
Oh, two pawns.
Actually. Okay.
Oh no, this is not looking great.
Yeah, here white can even like exchange rook for them.
Yeah. I mean, I would have expected um the opponent to make a quicker move, I would say. But of course, like she's not forced to make quick moves here, so.
I mean, with such in the position that is winning, if you think it's winning, then you don't really have to hurry because you don't have to play on the clock. What you have to play is simply play on the position if it's winning anyways, and your opponent is already in time trouble as well, so it's just gonna be harder. But if you actually try to play for time, you might make some mistake and.
Oh yeah, that for sure, for sure. Like she very like, it's like of course like she needs to take her time as well. But
Well, what is she considering? Some queen c4? That probably just.
Queen c4, okay, that could be
But
something.
that helps, I think, black because black wants to take this
I
bishop
mean,
away from the potentially
yeah, so
hanging
bishop
square.
d5, yeah, and then I
So
think
she
we're good.
anyways has to go to f1.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I
of
think
course,
it's
anyways, she needs to take.
yeah, of course. First is like before going back to f1, she needs to take. But
Yeah, this bishop has a great present, but I don't think his future is great. Because on my chat, there is a comment about bishop having a great future. I think this bishop is fine for now, but this is the highlight of his day. And I think it's gonna be soon kicked out, and at least it seems for us, so that because Angelika sacrificed the rook for the knight, so she's an exchange down, and it just seems that this is one threat, right? It's a nice threat, it's a checkmate threat, but it's probably gonna be after queen f1 really not game over. It's just gonna be not enough.
Yeah, this is sadly, there's not like enough compensation, sadly, here. But what I wanted to say, like, it's still somewhat of a good sign that Angelika is not, like, she hasn't texted us on Discord yet, right? You know?
Well,
that
that is
that
true.
means that she's still playing. Like I'm gonna jinx that, but she hasn't. She's still playing.
Okay, you're being really optimistic there.
I'm being optimistic. I mean, someone has to be, you know.
Yeah, because after the game, Angelika probably is gonna join us unless
Mhm.
she will not be in the mood
Yeah, of
to
course.
talk to us. Mm. Tuna is saying that queen f1, rook e8, but there is not gonna be a rook. She will take, of course.
Yeah.
Queen f1, rook e8, then yeah, this is fine.
Oh, this would be great.
But you know, white is gonna include taking first.
Yeah. And that actually just happened. Rook takes f8, bishop takes f8, and
I
queen
already
f1.
thought queen f1 happened, you know. That would be...
Oh, that would have been great. But sadly no. You told me be optimistic.
I'm sorry, that's true. Very, very, I like the optimism here on my chat. I'm not sure how is it on other chats. But on my chat, yes, very nice.
Yes, that is how we do it, chat, okay? We need to keep up the optimism. Okay, and then queen g4 also happened. So I guess the idea is bishop e2 and then f3, maybe? So yeah, so we're threatening with bishop e2 right now.
Nice.
What can white do here? I mean, I guess there are like, okay, there's a lot of stuff that white can do. I mean, even just rook takes f6 is on the, like, is a possibility.
Rook f6, yeah, it is an option.
Yeah, just taking another pawn, you know?
But then bishop, okay, but maybe there is still something after bishop e2.
Yeah, bishop
What after
e2.
bishop e2?
Huh, bishop e2. Oh no, there is f3 now, right? Because the rook is no longer on a6. So there's f3.
White will play f3. Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
I
are
think
forced
so,
to take, because earlier, like, the threat was to take the queen, and if the opponent takes, you can take the a6 rook, but now we don't have the rook on a6 anymore. So that's why, yeah.
Which is probably
bishop
still
e2.
losing if knight takes the bishop.
Yeah.
Because white is 2 pawns up. But at least it's something, yeah. Yeah, maybe just rook f6.
Yeah, sadly here, rook f6 is just like, you know, just take the material. And then, yeah, just play chess basically, sadly. Which is like really really sad here, because I feel like the opening and even like the early middle game was like so good.
Yeah, we were so excited, and I see that the Gila actually on Angelika's chat, you were saying that wait, there were some comments. The opening was a huge success.
Yeah.
She had a big advantage. Anytime she takes on d4, she is better. Okay, so look at that. We were even right, that means. Because, yeah, knight f4 is an option, but the problem is that the position is not open. So we were talking about it before, that it could be maybe kind of more in the spirit of the position to open it up. Knight e7 was chosen, but by Kulnar, that
Oh.
knight
Ooh.
f6 is the main work. And if takes, then she
Then
is
just takes, yeah.
planning to take.
Wow.
Oh wow, John is saying that it was even like -2. Yeah, we liked it a lot. It seemed so like with just really nice potential and big chances for black with this bishop pair and activity, open center. But yeah, knight f4 is really tempting, and it was easy to underestimate those knights. Now knight e7, I think this looks normal, right, for white. It looks...
Oh, yeah, definitely. And now, so what is white threatening with is to take on f6 with the knight, with a fork. So this is really, yeah, this is a really tough position. Now we have to protect. Oh yeah, okay. So Angelika went with king g7.
But knight f6 can still be played,
Exactly.
right? It's attacking the queen. And the queen can't even stay on this diagonal anymore to look at the e2 square. So I think knight f6 is automatic. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
knight
it
f6
looks...
is going to happen, and then she has to
It looks
go
kind of
queen
hopeless.
g5, right? To not lose the bishop. Yeah, this is yeah, this is not looking great at all.
And now it's white to move, and after bishop e2, white is just gonna take the queen. That knight is so annoying, yeah. It's usually said that knights are annoying in blitz, but we have a very nice example of an annoying knight in a classical game, and also this example of actually knight on c5, it was dominating the position,
Yeah.
was dominating the bishop as well, like the bishop pair. And it is indeed very annoying.
Yeah, the knights the knights were like not the best is in the early game, but then suddenly they became just like so dangerous, which also like proves how the knights can be so tricky. And now, as we said, like we see that in a classical game, how knights can be even more dangerous. But Angelika is kind of playing Blitz right now, so like even Bullet at
But
this
she
point,
doesn't
like,
have the knight,
yeah,
She
that's
has the
that's the
knight.
issue, that she's not the one who has the knights, like the knight.
Oh, yeah, knight f6 on the
Okay, knight
board,
f6,
that's of
yeah.
course.
That's sadly, this is crushing. And now, okay, queen g5 is forced. Yes, that is on the board.
Yeah, but now there are really no threats.
Well,
But the queen cannot move.
yeah, that is true. And the queen, yeah, so the queen is kind of tied to the f1 square. We can't play g3 ever, so that's good. I mean, the opponent can't play g3, which is good because... Oh, wait, can they? No, they can't. I mean, f takes, and then queen takes, it's just lost. So at least we still have some, like, some smaller annoying stuff for white as well, which is, like, at least some good news.
Yeah, but so how can she proceed? She can do something like knight e7 back and go knight e5 to attack the bishop, and then
Yeah.
even I don't know. Then even
Yeah,
f3.
f3 is what else? Oh, Chad is saying knight h7 and queen d3, what a line. Can we look at that?
Nice.
Wow.
So just a take. And yeah, it's annoying. The knight continues to be annoying, king h7, and then it's a double attack.
Wow.
And unfortunately, black cannot take on g2.
Oh, no.
And that was played.
Oh my god,
That
and
is on the
she even
board.
played it. Wow.
That's on the board.
Oh yeah, so I mean, we are kind of forced to take that, right? Oh no.
Knights are annoying. Nothing more to add here. That was very, very true.
Yeah, that is so true.
Queen g4. Yeah, I mean, if she takes the game, it's just over
It's
because there
over.
is like nothing
Yeah.
absolutely here. At least the queen is
Yeah, but
on f1.
yeah, here the opponent can probably just take an f8, I would say. Just trade. And then, I don't know, she still has the rook, so... Go for a draw. You know what?
Knight f6,
I
queen
think
g5, knight h7.
I think she would be really happy with the draw.
Yeah, that's that's not gonna happen. Okay, actually we have info on my chat that there is no minimal rating, so it just
okay.
women that are members of the European Chess Union federations, they can play. Oh yeah, we are almost at 2 minutes. Great. Yeah, this is unfortunately just losing, and I think there's no way that something is gonna go like wrong for white here, that she's gonna blunder. But yeah, a good fight, a little bit shame, but hopefully it was kind of instructive as well, because we had this bishop against the knight, and even though knight f4 looked active and logical, I think it was like pretty interesting to see how it was changing strategically from bishops being better to knights being better. So
Exactly.
at least we can learn something, and hopefully Angelika is also gonna be, after a while, probably not immediately, but kind of happy
Yeah.
that she played an opening really well. She reacted there correctly. So
Yeah, definitely.
she
I
was
mean,
playing with a black color, right? So it's also kind of pressure is smaller. And tomorrow she'll be ready to strike back.
and I mean, this wasn't like a bad game. So if you like think about it, like this was pretty well played by her, and so I don't think she has okay, of course, like it's always sad to lose, but she has nothing to be sad about because she played a great game, and of course like things like this happen, and she will learn of it, and she will come back stronger. So
I really like this for white. I don't know
honestly,
if it's good or
yeah.
something like, or here, kick the bishop, play f3, just.
Oh yeah, I think something like this is going to happen.
Because probably Angelika's gonna take it back.
Yeah, she will most likely take it back, and then
Wait. Oh no, this doesn't work, right? I mean, there is rook g6.
yeah, there is rook
also, I guess.
g6. I would honestly fall for that. Well, yeah, it is interesting to have like the bishop pair didn't bring um advantage, but it always depends on the context of how you have the bishop pair, for example. So earlier it looked really good. We until we opened the position and just one mistake, one smaller, it wasn't even a huge mistake that she made. It just small inaccuracies. And the opponent is an international master, so of course she's gonna take every single chance that she can get, which is why it's extremely difficult to play against such a strong player.
Rook
Oh,
h6
and she is
plays.
going for this idea. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of just in those positions you can probably do anything else as well, but then black can still hope, and here it's such a move that I hope. Wait, unless there's nothing after bishop e2, right? I mean, sometimes when you just go and defend the only threat of the opponent who has losing position but still has this one hope, and when you just take this hope away, then
yeah,
it just you know that there is even nothing to blunder. Okay, let's still see bishop e2.
bishop e2, probably there's f3, no? Again, sadly.
And then some queen g7.
Oh,
Okay, we have it
queen
on the board.
g7 is interesting.
It's not really because white has 10 pawns more.
Well, yeah, of
But-
course. Oh, but okay. I mean, there's still some game at least.
Yeah, some hopes for the
Yeah.
perpetual check or something like this.
We have to take every small chance we can get, so.
There is also a suggestion of going rook f4, rook f6, rook f4 is also an option. And
Could mouse slip? Exactly. Yeah, let's hope for a mouse slip from white here. Oh, and Angelika texted us on Discord, sadly.
sadly, you could still keep the suspense, Oh,
I
Angelika
mean,
wrote, chat,
no, I
you
was
won't believe what just happened. No, but yeah, unfortunately, she wrote to
unfortunately,
us.
yes. Okay, so she said that she can join us now. So maybe we should send her a link, I think.
I have the link, right?
I think so, yeah.
I also have it, but okay, I think I can send it. I hope. Okay, I sent it.
I think we were gonna need a brain sleep at this point. That would have been a really big brain sleep, sadly, I mean, for us, happily, actually.
Yeah, but I guess we know the result of the game. But okay, Angelika will come to us and we'll see what her thoughts were. Still a good fight, and yeah, we were talking about it at the beginning that this is an opponent who is so much more high rated and experienced, so it's just a good learning experience anyways. Wait, are we doing it while being live? I guess so.
Yes. Oh, okay, wait, I'm gonna switch. Okay. Oh, the overlay is a bit.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes.
I think you should switch the scene though.
Yes,
Ah,
I
yeah.
am. I am doing that right now. I'm just fixing
Okay,
everything.
awesome.
So yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it was. I mean, I
It was
always
a tough game.
it was very tough, but also, as always, I have problem with the time. Like, I don't know, like I spend so much time on some moves which I should have played so much faster, and then I have time in critical positions. But I don't know if I mean, like, I don't know if at the end, if I take the knight on c5, if I can still try for something, like, because I complete, like, okay, I had like 1 minute on the clock. I wondered that knight could take all of these things.
In
Like,
which moment?
instead of playing, wait, what was, no, much later, but okay, earlier probably I had normal position, but at the very end, when, at the very end,
Oh, like yeah, like somewhere here.
like
Like here?
like here to take, yeah, to take first the knight, and then to play queen g4. I don't know, like, if it changes anything, but it still felt like, the queen has to protect the checkmate,
Mm-hmm.
and I have sometimes some bishop e2 ideas, but okay, rook f6 probably just, I don't know.
Yeah, the
Because
problem is like the rook is really
you
strong
can even
and
take,
yeah,
right? Maybe.
there's a lot of pawns.
Yeah, that's edge. But
Queen g4 is to have bishop e2 idea and then some f3.
yeah, that was an
Still some
idea.
hopes.
Yeah, because okay, she can play some f3, but I mean, to me it was not yet clear. Okay, of course, like once the knight took all the pawns, then it's like there is nothing. I don't know, like if earlier I had something in the time travel, but I
We
mean,
were
just
not using the engine. Do you want to turn the engine on?
no,
Also,
no, no.
because we are
It's
not
okay.
certain.
I think my mistake was queen d5. I think that, allowing her to take my knight on f4 was a mistake.
Yeah, we were thinking actually that maybe maybe knight f4 was, even though we liked it when we saw it, but maybe it was a bit too.
Optimistic.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't
I
want to,
felt like my position should be good. Like, okay, my bishop on g7 is not the best, but okay, her bishop on c1 is also like not so happy. And okay, she cannot really do anything with the knights. I keep attention on d4.
Because
I mean,
we were thinking I really like
Yeah.
taking, and later we also got like a spoiler. I think Gyula, he also said that taking on d4 was good. Just I guess this will allow us to open the position up. Were you considering taking on d4?
Yeah, I was considering, but I don't know, something I didn't like. But okay, actually, take knight. Okay. I thought that takes, knight takes.
But then you can probably somehow defend the e6
Yeah.
without the rook.
Yeah, rook
Of
e8,
the queen?
yeah.
I don't know, maybe queen d6 also.
Queen d6 I liked, yeah.
And knight e4, you're not afraid.
Maybe I should be. I
yeah,
didn't see it.
probably.
But maybe there is queen f4. Oh, wait, sorry, there is bishop. I'm blundering already.
Okay, maybe then rook e8 first.
Yeah, maybe rook e8 more careful.
Maybe rook e1 she can try to fight for those e file squares.
Yeah, but okay, queen d7 at the very
queen
least.
d7 here, yeah.
Yeah. And I think if you in a dream scenario you're gonna get this and this, then your bishops are gonna be active, right?
Yeah, I was trying somehow to get my bishops active, and this pawn on f6 was never moved. I was planning always to move with it, but somehow never moved. Somehow I was not okay. I was preparing against this line what she played, but I couldn't remember what was this h3 move, like what to play on h3. So at the very opening, so we had bishop b5. Yeah, here h3.
But you played well, actually.
Yeah.
At least
You reacted to it
according
really well.
to our very.
But okay, yesterday we had Yula who was pessimistic and Anna who was optimistic, and today we have like double optimistic. So that's why I was playing great.
No, now like already we were like hyped up. So I think you reacted really great to this h3. You just took the bishop. Knight e2 seemed super slow for her. Then you just activate your light square bishop, and we already were like, okay, this light square bishop is gonna win the game. We were we were really positive, and I think you played really well. So I mean, we understand you are disappointed, but still you should be proud of yourself.
Exactly. Like you played the the opening and then the early middle game, like even like almost the whole middle game was really good. So
And actually at this moment, instead of bishop b7, I was considering f5, but I was like, what would my coach say on this? Because I like to play such strange moves sometimes, but I don't know if it's any good. But I was just okay. Bishop b7 is much safer. F5, I was not sure. Like, okay, I'm opening my king, but she doesn't have light squared bishop, so maybe it's possible. I anyway want to open up the center. But I thought, okay, better probably to keep the f file closed for now till I'm castled. So I don't know if f5 was.
Yeah, to be honest, we were calculating with chat some lines, and here I'm not sure. I don't remember if we were looking at f5 immediately, but after bishop b7,
definitely.
and here we were looking that you played g6, and somehow to get f5 as soon as possible on the board. Even I think in this moment, so f5 maybe. It was nice. This pressure from the coach. Let's see. Do you want to check with the engine whether F5 was good?
Maybe we can check what is saying.
It looks interesting. Wait, here I have to click.
Okay, okay. Slightly better for me.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, F5 also good.
Okay, bishop b7 first line and second line f5. Okay, so both moves were great, but yeah, I was like, I was not really sure. It felt like, okay, she has bad pieces, but her pawns don't have really weaknesses. And if I play f5, I'm weakening myself. So I decided instead of that, I will anyway have chance to play. I thought that I will anyway at some moment will be able to play f5 or d5. So my idea was, to bishop b7, then do fianchetto or another bishop to support e5 pawn, and then at some moment if my pawn is protected, then I can push even d5 and some lines. Okay, I pushed also d5 in the game. Maybe later we can look what happened. So bishop b7.
You want to with the engine, like to check?
Okay, let's have some
or no, I don't know how you prefer.
Yeah, it's good, because you also didn't check. So okay, apparently it was clearly better here. So g6 was not so good. Yeah.
Okay, but it's very human way, right? So, okay, the engine shows h5, which is... Okay, makes sense, but...
I was considering, but when you play h5, you're weakening so much g5 square, and like after something like d4 and bishop g5, okay, I can play always f6, but then I'm weakening g6, f5, so it was like, it was a little bit dangerous, and I think g6 was more safe, and more human.
Yeah, totally.
This was completely fine, I think.
She played d4, and I think this is also a very normal way. And actually, maybe this was a mistake by her, because she also maybe simply needed to focus on closing your bishop, making it passive, but she didn't close the position, so she played bishop e3, and you went d5 now, right?
Yeah, and in this position, basically, bishop e3 was somehow a little bit strange. I felt like she should do something faster, and this position, okay, I can try castling, but then the problem always is that she takes on e5, and I don't want to allow her that. And then I was like calculating that I have some breaks. Again, f5 felt to me.
Yeah, we were only focusing on f5. Actually,
we were very
didn't
much
see
focused
e5
on
at all.
For me, was the problem with f5, weakening of the light square. So if she takes on f5, knight takes, so knight takes, gf, and this position, like this h5 square, I don't know, there is some knight g5, or I don't know, like,
it could be
maybe there is nothing, but it looks like knight g5, queen h5.
But maybe knight g5, you have queen f6?
But then queen h5, I think. Yeah,
probably
it looks, there is something. I really love what engine says. I think it's not shown
well.
on the stream, right? But the
No.
engine says, okay, it's much better. Okay, now it's changing a little bit, but for a moment it was showing King E7.
Wow.
Just chill.
You know, yeah,
But,
no,
No,
you
okay,
don't need
like-
to rush.
but now it really likes
I
King
mean, you would never
D7.
play as a human.
No, but it's changing a little bit, so
Nice, nice.
but
On the same,
yeah.
same file with the queen units, according to all the rules of chess.
Yeah.
My
No,
first
King
thought,
D7 is
it was my
amazing.
first thought, you know?
But wait, king here, what is this? Knight f7? What? I don't understand. It's a fork, no? Like, what is this?
And then
You see-
that's the point. Come on.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You play King D7 to use the fact that white has a king in the center. What don't you understand? So easy, so obvious.
Really human, you know?
Yeah, engine is so nice. Yeah. Engine knows everything. Oh my gosh.
No, but this is understandable that you are a bit
Yeah.
worried because you still have king in the center and she has knight here, queen h5, knight is looking at the e6 square, so there are some threats, and so you played. Yeah,
Five, I
it's quite
think
funny.
five was good because I'm opening up everything. The center
D5 was really good, I think. And I think Yula also approves.
Oh, wait 1 second. I have some low battery, I think. Wait 1 second. I need to bring quickly to charge. 1 second.
Yeah, chess is brutal, but yeah, for now it was all good. It was super logical.
Yeah, this is so far it was a great game.
I'm checking the chat.
Way too low battery.
I spent too much time with computer preparing. It's 5%. Okay, I was just scared that maybe it's just. All right. Yeah, so now I'm trying to open up with this d5 and then I
Yeah, that
don't
was good.
think-
That was good. Around this point, we were saying that yeah, we should be hyped up here, and we were ready for you crashing. But okay, you know, something went wrong later,
Yeah,
but you
I
really
felt
played
like-
well.
Yeah.
So in the next rounds, you're just gonna get it. It was really close.
Yeah, this was really
95
good.
was good.
95
So what was my
great.
mistake? My mistake probably was this knight f4. We can go forward. So knight
Here,
d5.
yeah, that was
this is
nice.
good.
Yeah.
C1 was puzzling.
Yeah, and in this position, okay, yeah, now I see what the engine says. I was considering, of course, like for a long time, ED4 and some queen e7. I was not sure. Okay, you see like how
Here, I was considering king f7. It's probably nonsense, but
It's
just
so
to
good
cover
though.
it.
So
no,
good
no, like
looking.
computer
Not
approves.
really,
No,
but
I was thinking queen e7 is forcing, so if it works, then it's good. But okay, to me, to my eye, it didn't work. But to computer, I think he's saying it works. So queen e7.
but we were also thinking
Castle.
that castles
Yeah.
is possible because
Yep.
it's not yet. I mean,
Yeah, I
knight is
just should have taken on d4. Like I don't know. Like I played this d5 in order to exchange all the pawns in the center and open my bishop, and I didn't do it. Yeah, that was sad. Okay, so my mistake was probably castle, and then this knight f4 idea, yeah. I think final mistake was queen d5. Then I allowed this knight to jump to c5. That was terrible. I completely missed that. So here knight f4. So probably still not bad. And rook e1 she played. Yeah, and maybe this queen d5 probably was final mistake. Because then if I don't play, oh wow, okay, computer evaluation immediately jumps.
But that's crazy, right? It seems like such a logical move. Queen d5, just go to the center. It kind of also works with your other pieces. And suddenly it jumps too close to losing from like totally normal position, maybe a bit more pleasant.
Yeah, this is...
But f5 and white doesn't have some way to Because white doesn't want to go for this, yeah. Queen d1 and
And
yeah,
then
and finally
Yeah, and
those
just like
tactics
that.
work because
Yeah.
the queen is no longer there. So
yeah, I was looking always like when this tactics is going to work. And okay, here at 5, I rejected pretty quickly. I was not here thinking. Also, I was like a bit focused on tried to be focused on my time because it was like running out. But okay, once she
Yeah,
played bishop
time
before,
was tough.
I was like so sad, and I was like, had such a great position, and then I messed up. But okay, I mean, I think, it was
I
good
mean,
overall.
the game was like great. It was
Yes.
really like not even like a huge difference between you two, I think. So that's like it was such a great game by you, I think, nevertheless. And I'm sure that like, it's still like the early stage of the tournament, so there's nothing to be said about. So, I mean, very strong opponent, of course. And chat, you need to support Angelica, okay? No more pessimism, okay? We
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
accept that anymore. Like, come on.
So I think, just that if I keep playing like I was playing first and second round the whole tournament, it will be great. But
Oh
the
yeah,
problem is
definitely.
I know that the blunders are incoming, but I will really try my best. And yeah, I'm happy how the start is going. But for now, I should relax. And I said that I shouldn't relax because next game is coming. But my coach said, okay, like you should relax now. I mean, like after the game, and
Mhm.
okay, for tomorrow it's 3 p.m. local time. Then okay, starting to focus during the game. But okay, also preparation for her was difficult because it was not clear what she's playing against this
Yeah.
line. She had no information, and she knew what I am playing. So that's why it was a little bit unfair, and it was not clear if she goes for Italian or not. So there was like a lot of this backstage preparation, and I focused on some other lines rather than what she played. So, but yeah, good. Then I have some good opening understanding in this
Oh
one.
yeah, definitely. As we said, like opening was great, and and even like the mistake that you made was like actually so human. Like knight f4, we were so hyped about it with Anna. Like we were like, oh my god, we like that. So it's like
Going all into
easy
the
to get
game.
fooled. Yeah.
So
So
how was your time with the chat today? Do you have fun?
chat was great. Chat
yeah,
was supporting.
we had a good time. Chad was
Yes.
supportive. We were supportive. No, it was good. And it was also like as you said that it was very human mistake, but it was
Yeah.
also quite instructive. Like what happened, like the bishop pair and then knights getting actually a bit more too tricky. But it was also kind of good to see how knights can be better than bishops. So we
Mhm.
are learning.
Very, very instructive
Oh,
for sure.
definitely. Like, and also it's really like funny how Chat was thinking about the position. Like we were saying, in the early stages, we loved your position, and Chat was a bit skeptical. They were like, "Oh, we like white a bit more." And when we switched, we were like, "Okay, white is starting to be a bit more annoying." And Chat was like, "Oh, we actually like Angelica's position." So
Controversial chat
yeah,
versus
Chat is always controversial.
yeah. Nice, nice.
But it was
All
a great
right.
game though, so we enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I felt today better than yesterday. This night I had enough sleep because I slept in the new room, so it was all good.
There was no
So
mosquito
no
tonight.
mosquito, yes, it was perfect. It was yeah, very, very good. So because yeah, Kincho doesn't know, so I was staying. They put me like in some building near the hotel. Okay, the other players also. It's like on territory of the hotel, but
Hmm.
many players were complaining, and many were complaining, but only a few got the room in the
Hmm.
main building. So basically, I just go to the elevator, go down just a few steps, and I'm in the playing hall. But
Hmm.
otherwise, I have to just walk maybe 200 meters. Okay, it's not far, but you have to go all the time to the breakfast, lunch,
Oh,
to
okay.
to the main building. So it's not comfortable. And if you're already like paying for the official place to stay in,
Hmm.
you should stay like where you're playing, because you know half of the participants here, half of there. It's huge hotel, so like 200 players can easily fit.
Oh,
Just the problem that there's super many tourists, also like many older tourists coming mostly from Germany actually, and obviously they probably like that it's relatively cheap here.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
But
yeah, thank you girls for doing for hosting. Yeah.
well, I
Um,
think it was our pleasure, you know. We had a great
Yeah,
time.
it was fun. It was nice
Yeah.
to
It was
commentate
really
together.
nice.
And yeah, it was really close as well. So we'll be cheering for you tomorrow. I won't be commentating. I don't know who is commentating tomorrow, but
Angela
More?
and Diana.
Yes, Diana and Yula.
okay,
And
but we'll be cheering for you anyways.
Oh yeah,
Anna, how
definitely.
is the change of the commentators for you? More positive energy today?
I mean, how can I answer this question?
not to abuse anyone, yeah?
I mean, Gyula has birthday today, so I have to be nice to him. No, wait. Maybe I am digging a grave for myself also with this one. It was great today. It was great yesterday. So yeah.
It's just different, great, yeah.
It's the diplomatic answer, I feel like.
I just saw in the chat, okay, I just didn't understand why am I chatting while I'm not chatting, but now I understand because I
Yes.
gave my Twitch account to him in just in case of emergency there is something, and probably he didn't want to log out.
Yeah, he's been chatting here
Yeah,
over
as you all the time.
the whole time.
Okay, thank you so much, girls, and thank you so much, chat. We should maybe, I don't know, is someone going to stream now or not from you, or you will?
I'm gonna end the stream soon,
Okay.
so because I have work soon, so
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. Anna, will you stream or not? I'm just saying if we can rate to.
Yeah, I'm also looking for
No,
someone to
no.
raid.
We can rate. I mean, anyways, the stream is going. Yeah, so no, we are finishing, I guess. My chat wants to do drawing games, but I guess we do it another time.
Drawing? What do you mean?
Who will
You don't
be?
do drawing or something like this on your streams?
Oh, I don't
Um,
understand what you mean by drawing the games. So like
Not the chess games. You are too much in the chess world. That's not connected to chess.
right. Drawing game. Now I understand. I thought I'm still, in the chess mode, and I'm
Yeah.
okay.
no, it's completely understandable.
Okay, I prefer
no.
drawing and losing.
Well, honestly, if you would like to do that, like I can raid your channel, and then I mean you can go live from your
You can go on live
from
instantly.
your
You do
laptop.
it.
No,
if
it's
you,
okay. No, we can go. I don't think I will be streaming now. Thank you. Some
Okay.
other time, so we can rate someone else.
do
Okay,
you have
who should we
someone?
raid actually?
Yeah, girls, do you have someone? Because I don't know.
A lot
Okay,
of people are stream now. Like, I'm not sure. Where should we go?
Alexandra
Think.
Samaganova is streaming.
Yeah, I see her as well.
We can go there, probably, right?
Yeah, actually, we can. Let's see. I hope she's not ending her stream, for example, right now, but I don't think so.
No, she's like for 3 hours live, so I think
Okay,
you should.
I think that should be fine.
Okay,
then.
let's go to
Okay.
Alexandra. I will rate from my channel, and you should rate from, I think, from each of yours.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I'm about to rate, so
Yeah, thanks, girls.
thank
Thanks,
you,
and
thank
have
you,
a great
girls.
rest of the day.
Yes, Angelika, good luck for
Thank you so
the
much.
tournament, and then see you like in like a week, I think.
Yeah, it will be at the end of the tournament. Thank you, girls, so much for hosting and keeping the positive vibes, and yeah, chat. Thank
Well,
you for support as
definitely.
well. I feel it during my game. I feel I already said it to privately, but yeah, I just feel the support, and it helps me also and motivates me to do my best at the tournament. So thank you.
Yes, so
Nice.
Chad,
Good luck and have fun also.
we need to keep supporting her, okay? That's your task for the duration of the tournament, guys. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So see you then, Anna. I will see you on Monday. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
and Kincho in 1 week.
Yes, around that. Okay. Well, I'm about to end the stream, so thank you guys for watching, and then see you guys soon.
Yeah, see you everyone. Thanks
See
so much
you.
for watching.
Bye.
Bye bye.